Let me, like, write this somewhere so that people know. Because credit where's credit. Credit where credit is due. But I've loved this Pokemon artist for years, and so if I was going to do any artist for a Study Buddy stream, I'm obviously going to do Kanakuyo. So what we're going to do for these studies is basically, your art kind of reminds me of soft candies. It's very nice. Thank you. What we're gonna do is I'm basically going to take these card arts and I'm going to recreate them to the best of my ability. Um, and my reason for doing this is that it kind of teaches me how it is the people make the art that they do. And for me, sometimes like physically having to recreate something is much more useful than just like staring at it and then like hoping that I absorb something from it. All right, so we're gonna shrink this by like 10, I think. There we go. That's just like a little border, so I have a frame to draw within. Like Werther's, soft Werther's, it's very nice. I love those. I kind of have like granny candy tastes. I love style studies. Lemmy, you're the one that taught me that I could do this. I literally didn't even realize this was like an option, and then I saw you doing yours, and I was like, what the fuck? Why did I never think of that? And then I started doing them on my own time, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever done for my art. It's good. It's like I improve so quickly now because by just doing it yourself, like looking at something that someone else already did and then recreating it, you kind of like force yourself to figure out how they did what they did. The other thing is I'm gonna keep these to like colored sketches. I'm not gonna go crazy like lining them just because they're supposed to be quick and kind of, I almost said not easy, that's not the right word. They're supposed to be educational. It's class time. Also, welcome in Flambe. Improvement speedrun. It kind of is an improvement speedrun. The other thing is it doesn't need to be perfect. You just want to see the tech, or at least for me, I like to see the techniques that they use for color and the techniques they use for like detail and line. So first I'm going to draw everything that I see here, and then I'm going to try to color and render it the same way. And I'm literally just going to eye drop. Like I'm not going to try to eyeball it. I'm just going to eye drop and see how the colors interact with each other. I mean, I could try to eyeball it, honestly. That might be better practice. Been put on web fishing. Why is it such a good game? Because it was made with love and a gay person made it. It's a great game, though. I'm really excited. I have web fishing fan art I'm working on finishing. I recommend eyeballing. Aye, Captain. I will do it. If Lemmy says eyeball, I eyeball. I think I need to move the whisker over a little bit, though. When doing studies, do you recommend starting with sketch or going straight to line art? I always have a hard time studying other art styles. So for me, because I'm pretty confident in my lines, and like these are not even really lines; these are just kind of like sketch. It's like a really clean colored sketch. I kind of don't do a line art because it's supposed to be like learning, but my mentality is like whatever helps you learn and understand the style better is what you should be doing, and that's going to be different for each person. Some people learn faster if they work faster, and some people learn faster if they really sit with a piece. So that's for you to decide. Like I said, I like to just get right to drawing in like a colored sketch essentially, because for me what I like to focus on learning is the colors themselves. I know how to draw Pokemon at this point. Like I don't struggle too much with drawing Pokemon. So what I'm really focusing on with these studies is the environment colors that they choose and how they focus their subjects in the foreground or wherever they're focusing their subject to bring attention to it. Because, you know, that's like the whole thing with Pokemon cards. It's like the Pokemon is the focus, so all of the stuff in the background, like you can have background there, but you still want the Pokemon to be the thing that captures the audience's attention. Okay. Also, it looks like the line color that Kanako Yo uses here is brown. I'm gonna do everything in black first, just to get the lines down, but then I'm gonna go back and color the line work. I have this Meowth card. It's one of my favorites. Okay, wait, that's too far over already. And again, since this is just about getting the colors, I'm not like crazy about making sure I get the art 1-to-1, but I'd still like to try my best to do it as faithfully of a recreation as possible. Why is Meowth so three-mouthed though? Why he built like that? Because he's a baby. Meowth is so cute to me. I didn't used to like it when I was a kid, but now I do. I think that's what happens when you become a cat person, is suddenly you like all cats. So here's the other thing. They don't align the tongue. They just kind of use a color block for it, which is interesting. He's just a little guy, exactly. I love Kanako Yo's art. Me too. I studied it for when I was doing the art style that I chose to do Leica's in. So this is kind of just like going back and refreshing my old studies that I did. Really, what I like about Kanako Yo's style is that like it captures a lot of environment and like color and light while still being pretty simplistic. Like your eye sees it and goes, "Oh, that's really cute. That's like nice and clean." But there's actually quite a lot going on. Oh, Mav, thank you for the resub. Thank you so much. Wait, did I miss another? Also, Sogalio said, finally made it to an art stream. How do you stay motivated when making your pieces so cute? I love to draw, so I don't want to say motivation's not an issue. It's just that the parts of art where I start to feel like I'm dragging on, I either switch activity and draw something else, switch activity altogether, like I'll go wash dishes until I'm ready to draw again, or honestly, I just put something on in the background. Like I watch a lot of videos while I draw. I watch videos. I like listen to like YouTube video essays and stuff. All right, there we go. The other thing I'm gonna do to be nicest to myself, first of all, I'm gonna rate my brush size. Second of all, what did I find now? You found a sand dollar. There's nothing wrong with sand dollar. Did you watch How Can We Bear to Throw Anything Away? No, I didn't actually. I saved it on my watch later, but then I realized I saved it on the wrong YouTube. So now I can... Thank you for reminding me of the title, because I like couldn't find it. And I wanted to watch it. Can we bear to... There we go. Because I wanted to. Alright, now I can add it to the right watch later. I have the VODs and the main YouTube channel that I use, and I was logged into my VODs channel, and I think I saved it there, and then it must have played overnight or something. Alright, there we go. And I'm just gonna clean up the line art a little bit. Anger Shell. Oh, Auger Shell. Do you have any video AS you recommend? Well, so the one that Coda just recommended, or like the video essay that Coda just recommended, is by Jacob Geller, and I've always enjoyed Jacob Geller's video essays. Like the one that I recommended last time when we were on the subject was The Anatomy of a Haunted House. I believe that's what it's called. It's something along those lines. That one's really good. I really love Meowth's like little noodle arm here. It literally just like he's vibing. Jacob Geller makes really good video essays. Yes, I agree. And I don't think it's any specific essayist, because a lot of the times I just click whatever YouTube recommends me. Like if it seems interesting. I guess Nexpo. I like Nexpo's videos. Sometimes I think Nexpo, like, I mean, actually, it's not even really him. It's more like the community that surrounds Nexpo. I think sometimes they like research the things that they call like dark web stuff. I'm just kind of sitting like, you could find like you could find that like 6 times over on Reddit. It's not that exciting, but Nexpo's videos are pretty good. Like he usually chooses really interesting topics. I like Philosophy Tube. That's another good one. Oh wait, I love Shakespeare. Their videos are really good. I watch basically every time Shakespeare has a new video. I watch Shakespeare's videos. I love Nexpo, but in the same vein, I love Might Mine so much more because he has so much whimsy. I haven't seen Night Mine. My ex used to watch Night Mine, so I like. For a while, I was like, "Oh, that reminds me of the person I dated." But now I'm like, "That's not Nightman's fault." I'll have to watch Night Mine. I feel like your arm is kind of. I'm gonna do the body first because I think the arm was kind of looking ugly. You ever watch HR Bomber Guy? I watched the video that he did on What's His Head, the one that everyone. James Somerton. It wasn't on James Somerton, but it was like on plagiarism. I watched his plagiarism video. I feel like I've seen another video by him too. His Roblox video is also epic. I think I had that in my watch later on my old YouTube account for years. Maybe not years, but it was there for a while. It felt like years. Alright, a little rounded paw. Oh yeah, and his writing is good. He also does research, which is the other thing, is like here's the thing. I like kind of like hammy YouTube content. Like I don't mind. I don't need everything to be like a perfectly edited, awesomely written video essay. Because I also watch like I like watch drama YouTube. I watch like VTuber drama because I'm morbidly curious. Uh, but I will say that I one of the things I dislike is like when something that's not very well researched or like not really well put together is acted like it's a serious video essay, like someone doing like a VTuber beware, and they're acting like this person's like the most evil person ever, and it's just like a lot of like hearsay, and I'm just like, okay, man. I watch it out of curiosity, but I'm like never very impressed. Critter makes noodle soup, but oof, ouch, it's hot. Oh, I've seen Defunct Land's Fast Pass video. I feel like everyone and their mother's seen Defunct Land's Fast Pass video, though. I like watching video essays and I like staying informed, but it feels like it feeds us and fuels a certain neurosis of like society's crumbling. So I need to watch like YouTube deep dives on American Girls. Fellow Friday, you get me exactly. Also, thank you, Nessie, for the hamburger. Have you watched this Jenny Nicholson Star Wars Hotel video? Yes, I did. I also like Jenny Nicholson. Now I'm trying to think who else I watch. I watch some. Oh, I watch Izzy Ziz. Like I like Izzy Ziz's YouTube videos. I think those are fun. There's another person who just started out who's been doing something called Bad Art History, where they cover like meme art or like cursed images from the internet. God, I'm blanking on their name. And they did one on like favorite food. Oh, we would be here forever. I love food now. But yeah, I like Izzy's videos. I love stuff about like close species and adopt drama. I love listening to it. It's like I have no like stake in this world, so it's so interesting to me. But yeah, the person that does Bad Art History, because like if you Google Bad Art History, like it'll probably just come up. They did a video on Sonic.exe recently, and I was like, that's actually so cool. Like I've known of Sonic.exe for years, but I didn't know like anything about it. Like I was not in that side of the creepypasta world, so I just heard these names being said and didn't really know what they were talking about. Yeah, those are my video essays. And then I watch mainly Badass Hero because I like that he plays video games and that he like plays a lot of horror games and lets the story talk. What side of the creepypasta world were you on? Pokemon creepypasta. I was writing Pokemon creepypasta. I love Manly. He's so funny. I like that he likes fish. I like that's something that's like much endeared me about him when I was like watching his videos is that every time he passes an aquarium or a fish tank, he goes, "Nice fish tank," and then he'll like go and like see if he can identify the fish, and I'm like, me. You were not in the creepypasta yaoi. No. I was shipping the cartoon frogs from Sergeant Frog together. I was making frog yaoi. And frog yuri. Equal rights. I was also shipping the Hamtaro hamsters when I was like 9. I was very invested in Hamtaro shipping when I was a 9-year-old on DeviantArt. You would like Sergeant Frog? I've seen Sergeant Frog. You're making a mistake. I have seen all of Sergeant Frog. Or at least all of it that was localized when I was 11? So probably not all of it. Frogs in love. Any combo, 100% run. Are you drawing your own Pokemon cards or using a reference? I'm using a reference. So what I'm doing is I'm studying Kanako Io's art, who is the illustrator who's in the top left corner. And I'm going to be recreating it by eyeballing it to figure out what she does or what they do stylistically that I like and see if I can absorb some of this into my own art style. Okay, so like there is like a little triangle here. Definitely a rite of passage to watch Sergeant Frog at a young age. It really is. I feel like of all of the anime that I could have been watching at that time, that was probably one of the better ones. Like, I had friends that were, like, watching... What's that vampire one? Everyone always tells me there's, like, a vampire anime that's, like, not appropriate, but, like, all 14-year-olds watched it for some reason. Resending because Twitch decided not be working. Watched the video from a channel and you shared back then. It was on the ruins of Alf, where guys go to Japan to solve the lore, and holy... the quality of that video is phenomenal. Yeah. Probably Vampire Knight. Also, I did watch Squid Girl. I like Squid Girl. Squid Girl was cute. Or maybe it was Rario plus Vampire. Rosario Vampire? Was it Loveless? God, there's so many vampire anime. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I just know all of the anime club that I went to was like, oh my god, I love this anime, but it's so inappropriate. And I was just sitting there blinking with my Squid Girl and Lucky Star merch like, hello? I think the most grown-up thing that I watched when I was a teenager is like... Hello? Who's screaming outside? There were a lot of the not best anime for kids back then. No, literally. There was... God, what else did I watch? I watched Soul Eater. Soul Eater was probably the only one that was like kind of adult, but then again, Soul Eater was a shonen, so like technically I was the target audience. There's just like some raunchy humor in Soul Eater. The Screamer. Sorry, there's always people like screaming and yelling outside here. I don't know why. Diabolic Lovers was also a weird vampire one. Speaking of anime, I just finished watching Paranoia Agent. Yeah, I love Paranoia Agent. Oh, it's great. Soul Eater was really good. Oh, it is. I love... Here's the thing. I am the rare Soul Eater fan that has not read the manga, and so I like the anime quite a lot, even though I know that's kind of a contentious opinion, because I know a lot of manga fans don't like the anime. But I can't read the manga because something sad happens to a character I really like, and I think it would make me depressed. So I'm just closing my eyes and pretending I don't see it, which maybe makes me a bad fan, but I also don't care. I'm prioritizing my peace of mind and happiness. I'm gonna do the pause after I color the line art, I think. It's entirely valid of you. That's just what happened with, like, I read another manga that someone was like, it's really good, but you're gonna be depressed afterwards. And I'm like, I'll be fine. I'm built different. And I was like, God, they were not fucking kidding. I, like, went into a week-long, like, depressive episode after I finished it. Wait, I love Soul Eater but have never read the manga. Don't read it. I mean, like, if you don't want to be sad, like, it's good. It's supposed to be good, but like, just as if you want to be happy. Not gonna lie, Shukachara got me in a chokehold. I also watched Shukachara when I was younger, and I don't remember shit about it. Like, I literally do not remember anything about the fucking plot. I knew there was a transgender character. By the way, I need to be very clear, don't watch Shukachara. It's like, it's not evil, but like, it has the flaws that like early 2000s anime have. Like, there's a sister who's in love with her brother. There's like weird... I mean, really, there's just a lot of weird stuff in Shukachara that I should probably have not been watching when I was a 9-year-old. But it was also my first magical girl anime, and it was also my first exposure to queer characters, so I'll give it that. I will say I'm grateful for it for that. I had one question. I was planning on going on a break for my comic, but I'm not exactly sure how I should go about it, because I think it would be almost impossible for me to fully stop for more than a few days. I mean, you can just go on a break from sharing it and build a buffer. That's what I do. I didn't stop working on Like as Comet entirely when I was on break. All I did is I just started working slower and I stopped posting it. If you feel like you wouldn't want to stop entirely, that's perfectly fine. Oh wait, I saw a first time message. I remember watching Kill la Kill when I was like 10. Yeah, Kill la Kill was definitely another one that's like... I feel like nowadays anime, there's still definitely like fan service or like adult content. I'll thank you for the hydrate. And also, have you seen an anime called Clannad? No, but I know it made a lot of people really sad. I genuinely tried to watch it when I think I was like 13 when I tried watching it, and I got bored. You have to remember, my attention span was pretty bad when I was like when I was watching every single anime that someone recommended me, regardless of genre. I was a teenager, and so I had a really bad attention span. Whereas now I have a little bit of understanding about like what stuff I'm probably gonna like, so I stick to genres that I'm like, okay, like, you know, I like seinen, I like select shonen, and that has made it so I can finish anime pretty well. Kiwi Sodas, thank you for the sub. Should watch Clannad, the ending's so good. Angel Beats Washers, that's the other one that people always tell me to watch. I have not seen Angel Beats. Haruhi Suzumiya is another one that I tried to watch, but I was watching it on YouTube, so I don't know if I actually saw all the episodes. And I got confused when there was like that one repeating episode, but I found out years later that apparently that was like a whole thing. That there was like a gag, like where they just released the same episode over and over again because the characters were in a time loop. But I was like a 12-year-old. I didn't know that, so I thought that the anime was like over and they were just posting the same episode over and over again. I got confused. Okay, wait. So here's the only problem I run into. I think I've made Meowth too small. And I have not watched The Witch from Mercury. That's another one that I've been told to watch. Alright, you gotta get biggered. Because your feet should be cut off at the bottom, actually. Even more so than I actually did. Not that one, but that one. And I think you gotta be more like here. Oh, Utena I need to watch. Like, I know for a fact, I've been told by multiple people, like, you must... Because I love Madoka. Madoka's, like, one of my favorite anime of all time. And I've been told... And everyone I've said that to is like, so have you seen Utena? And I was like, no. And they're like, well, you should probably watch Utena because that's what Madoka was based off of. And I was like, oh, okay, so adding it to my list. Madoka is the grandchild of Utena. Exactly. That's exactly what I've heard. It's that, and so it's... Madoka is like if Princess Tutu and Utena had a baby, is what I've been told. And I have seen Tutu. Tutu is like one of my favorite magical girl anime too. I would say that Princess Tutu is only like slightly above Madoka, because Madoka, while it's good, is sometimes a little too actiony, whereas I feel like Princess Tutu manages to keep like the magical girl elements in that I like, which is the character's like feelings and like emotions. But I do love Madoka, don't get me wrong. Do not take this as Madoka hate, ever. Utena has the biggest trigger warning list. I hate to say that I really only have like two triggers, and like they're so rare that like I'm not too worried about them. Um, like the people that know me know what they are, so like I know they would tell me if there was in it. Do you like Cardcaptor? Yes, I actually just saw Cardcaptor for the first time recently, and I thought it was so cute. Like again, I have some qualms with Cardcaptor because I think one of my friends said it best. Cardcaptor is really cute, but sometimes they love his love so hard into being like it's totally okay if an elementary schooler and like her teacher plan to get married when they're adults, and I'm like, girl, you are a victim. You got groomed. But that's the most I could say. Otherwise, and they thankfully it's way less like that than the manga is. Cardcaptor said by rights, and then they were like by wrongs. It's fine. They retcon it. They really do. They were like, we've made a mistake. We need to undo this. They literally hit the undo button so hard. If you end up liking Utena, I very strongly recommend watching Mawaru Penguin Drum. It's by the same producer and it's a supernatural mystery show. Huh, I'll check it out. What happens in Cardcaptor? So what I can say is Cardcaptor is a show about relationships and love. And some of the relationships that they show in Cardcaptor were very taboo at the time. So for example, there's a young kid, like a boy, that has a crush on an older boy. And it's not reciprocated, but it is about like young love and like coming to terms with your sexuality. And I think there's a lot of things that it does really well. There are other things, unfortunately, that it doesn't do well. Like I said, there's the main character, her mom and dad were like a high school teacher and his student. Now apparently he was like a TA or something. Like they try really, really hard to not make it weird. But to be honest, it kind of fails. Like I was just kind of like, it's a little weird. Thankfully that's not the focus of the show. It's just a good heads up. Like if that's something that would be uncomfortable for you to watch, then yeah, you should be warned. I will say though, oh, thank you for the save break. Apparently there's a lot from the manga that doesn't get translated to the anime, so I was appreciative of that. But then a lot of people are telling me to read the manga because the art's really good and there's some writing things they skip over, so I'm like, maybe someday. Clamp loves their soul pairings, yeah. Cardcaptor heads pretend we don't see it. That's basically what it is. Like, everyone that I talk to that likes Cardcaptor is like, it's really good. Ignore the weird parts, but it's really good. And I'm like, yeah, that's like most anime at this point. There's genuinely like not an anime that's out there, with maybe the exclusion of Haibane Renmei, that I can think of that has no flaws or like things that I'm just like, well, that's a little strange. Clamp went love is love so hard, maybe love is a little too love. Yeah, that's basically what it was. But what else? Oh yeah, Haibane Renmei is another one. It's like this. If you want, this is when we talk about anime that like made me cry. Like this shit had me like throwing up, screaming, sobbing, head in hands while watching it. And the thing is, the beginning of it is really cute and the pacing's really nice, and then you get to the ending and it's like, just you might as well just trample me all over the floor at this point. Yes, I love Haibane Renmei. It is very good. Utena was inspired by Gundam. For real? Not an anime about wolf children? Oh, I love wolf children too. Wolf children's another great one. That's another one where I love it, and it literally makes me like scream, cry, throw up, and sob every single time I watch it. Huge inspiration for my art style, honestly. All of the movies by that director, whose name I'm currently blanking on, I feel like a fake fan. I would say Satoshi Kon's works and his are like some of my favorites. He also did Summer Wars and the Digimon movie, if I'm remembering correctly. Mamoru Hosoda? Yes. That's it. Thinking about it. He did, yeah. His style is so nice. There are certain animes where I'm like, this ending was beautiful, but I wish you hit me with a metal pipe instead. Have y'all seen Look Back? I have read Look Back. I bought Look Back the day that it came out, and I literally clocked out of my job, read Look Back, and then I think the next day turned in my 2 weeks and decided to become a comic artist full time. So if that tells you how, and there was other factors at play there too, but if that tells you how much Look Back means to me, or I hope it does, because I really like that. I love Look Back. Yeah, I made the Digimon movies and it was like, then hold on, this rules. Then made Summer Wars, which borrows like 80% of the Digimon movie plot. I feel like you would love Umaso. I don't know what that is. Also, yes, I've seen Wonder Egg, and I had a whole stream where I talked about. I was gonna say I don't want to get discourse because I saw someone say they like Wonder Egg. Let me tell you, Wonder Egg is one of those anime where I really, 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 really wanted to like Wonder Egg, and I think they had some super cool concepts, but they dropped the ball for me personally. I think that they fuck up a lot near the end, and the ending is super unsatisfying. And it's like one of those, you could have been so great if you didn't shoot your nuts off like halfway through anime for me, and so I don't think about it or else it makes me mad. The animation's beautiful, and I love the trans characters. I'm closing my eyes and pretending I don't see anything else. Yeah, I remember me and my friend watched it live as it was coming out, and when we watched the ending, we were just sitting there for like 10 minutes afterwards, and we are like, "That was it? That's it?" And then we got mad, and then we were like ranting for like an hour afterwards. But I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings who did like it, so like I won't go dwell on it more than that. Just that like for me personally, I was not very satisfied with the ending, though there were a lot of good aspects of it. It just didn't stick the landing for me. Gotta make Willow watch read Hoseki no Kimi. That's another one. Okay, I gotta tell you like my stack of books that are over on my shelf. I have to finish reading. I have to finish reading Skip and Loafer because I have Skip and Loafer started. I have to finish reading. Did I watch Yuri on Ice? Not back in the day, but I watched it with my boyfriend while we were both drunk at like 2 a.m. and finished the entire anime in one sitting. It's phenomenal. I love it. I like that they're gay. That's all I have to say about it. I have to finish Skip and Loafer because Skip and Loafer is really good. I have to finish Dandadan because I started Dandadan and I really like it, but it's still coming out, so I'm just gonna wait for a bit for there to be more to read. I'm gonna read Witch Hat Atelier because that's also on my shelf of things that I own but haven't read yet. Also, I love Aunt Now from Skip and Loafer, my queen. I have to read Princess Jellyfish because that's also on my shelf. I have to read. I think I already said Witch Hat. There was something else. Oh, no, I'm forgetting it. Oh, Yokohama Shopping Log, I think it's called. The one with the android that rides the bike. I have had that, and I have like 3 of the books, and I just haven't read it yet. And I did introduce you to Love Bullet. I want to own Love Bullet. I want to own Love Bullet. I'm trying to read more one-shot like GL and BL because I feel like I want more gay comics. I actually have an entire shelf of my manga collection that's just gay comics. And it's not just manga, but like it's like I have a lot of Alison Bechdel's comics. I have My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. I have Papi Pasuma's Until I Learned to Love Myself. That one was pretty good. I have The Pervert by Remy Boydell, I think is their last name. Any gay comic recommendations? I did like a whole Twitter post on it, but I'll have to make another one. I did gay autobios or like nonfiction because I collect nonfiction primarily. But I will say, oh, also I think it's called like the Bride Was a Boy. It's the first-hand account of a transgender woman in Japan and how she transitions, and that one's really cute. I read that when I was super young. Also, She Loves to Cook, She Loves to Eat is on my shelf to read. Well, you gotta watch Natsume and the Book of Friends and Mushishi if you haven't already. Mushishi I've been told to watch. The other one I haven't heard of, so I'll make a mark of it. I have Nana on my shelf too, guys. I'm telling you, I've been so bad. I've been such a workaholic. I haven't been able to read lately. Like I genuinely work until I pass out most nights, and then I just wake up, crawl away from wherever I fell asleep, and then I start working again. Welcome in, Pixel. You found the bug the Grincher is using? Oh my god, get his ass. But yeah, I have Nana on my shelf of things I want to read. Work-life balance who? You deserve rest though. Thank you. I appreciate it. I kind of like escape in my work. I can't lie. Like my work is how I keep myself sane cuz where we live right now is not really safe for me to go outside. I'm a trans person and I'm very visibly trans. Like I have long hair and a deep voice and stubble and I look gay. So I can't really go out because I get harassed when I go out. So I mostly just stay inside and I work. And I love drawing and streaming because they're like my social outlets to do stuff and learn. But someday, my dream is like to go sit in a cafe and like read manga and meet up with friends again. The creator of Girl from the Other Side made a super well-acclaimed horror-ish manga. Then he proceeded to make exclusively furry yaoi one-shots. Stop! Do you mean Nagabe? Do you... my friend Mac is oomfies with Nagabe on Twitter, and I know because I own Monotone Blue by Nagabe, and I really like it. It's really cute. I love furry yaoi. Salute. Move to a blue state? Oh, I'm trying. Trust. So here, you guys can know some of my lore. Also, I think you would like Our Son is Gay. I have that saved in my book list. I don't, like, normally I don't share Amazon lists, but guys, if there's any manga you want me to read, I'm not even kidding. I will just share my Amazon wish list of manga to Tumblr. So if you want to get me manga to read, I will add it to the list so I can read it because I can't read digital screen readers. My eyes hurt. But there's no pressure to do this. This is just, if you want me to read something and you want to be niceys to me, I'll leave it there as like a, here you can get this. Because I love books. I collect them. I also have, sometimes my favorite manga, I'll buy one copy that I read and that I lend out to people. And then I have my copy that I don't let anyone touch. Like, I have the... Do you guys know the author that wrote Boy Meets Maria passed away? Boy Meets Maria is a one-shot about a non-binary person. It's like a non-binary theater student and another theater student guy who kind of gets a crush on them and like their like relationship as it builds. I will give some trigger warnings. There is sexual assault and there is transphobia in it, but I really enjoy it quite a lot. I think it's there's some things I feel like it could handle better, but it does try. Like it's never doing anything in a weird way. It's trying its best to handle those subjects with care. I love the art of Boy Meets Maria. It's one of my favorite one-shots ever, and I swear to God, I bought 2 copies because I lent a copy to someone, and then they never gave it back, so I bought a second copy, and then a week later, the author passed away. Hell World, I'm so sorry. I don't go out much either, closeted trans with no friends, so I can relate to this a bit. But socializing as a minnow in your stream is lovely, and I hope us being here helps you get even a portion of joy. Oh my God, absolutely. Guys, these streams help me so much. I don't think you know, like... I know, like, we are, like, streamer and stream watcher, so there's always going to be, like, that level of separation, and that's okay. That's how it's gotta be. But, like, just being able to be here and, like, talk with you guys once a day, that's nice. That helps me a lot. And I have my friends, like, I got Ethan, I've got Lemmy and Nick and Ra and Chimera. I've identified the persistence bug, and the kicking is a suggestion bug. Also, yes, I kind of feel conflicted about Boy Meets Maria. That's Coda. That's kind of how I feel too. I have feelings about it, but I think it's a piece of art I want preserved because I think it's indicative of the era that it comes from, and it means a lot to me. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hand it to people and be like, "This is like wonderful trans rep." I think it's interesting, is what I'll say, and I think that interesting trans rep also needs to be preserved. Can we build 4-Leaf Island RL so everyone could feel safe and comfy and play toys forever? The real 4-Leaf Island we build along the way is by making the world safe for everybody. That's my goal. We're being nerds over web fishing bugs and codes. No, it's okay. I actually kind of like reading it. I like reading it secondhand. Anyway, I think so far this is going pretty good. I'm scared to do the building in the background, admittedly. Uh-oh, where are you? Ah! I'm a buffoon! Whoa. Hello. So many messages. The real Four-Leaf Island was the friends we made along the way. Have you read, Our Dreams at Dusk? It's about a gay gender shit, among other things, and it's my favorite manga ever. I haven't. Something doesn't have to be perfect, amazing, beautiful trends have to be good and worth to read. Writers and their characters both have complexities and layers that are worth exploring, especially when it comes to queer media. That's exactly how I felt. Like, honestly, Boy Meets Maria meant something to me because I related to you as a character quite a lot. But I think that, like I said, there's some things I wish that had been handled a little better, but I could tell that they were trying to be handled well. And I almost respect that more than someone that gets everything perfect but goes the easy route. I wanted to share that I'm currently doing a bunch of art style studies, and what I'm studying is totally and visually different than Pokemon. It's so silly and whimsical, but also so funny. Oh, that's awesome. Highly recommend Our Dreams at Dusk. The character writing is so good. I'll have to take a note. Barring shit that actively harms the trans community, all rep is good rep. The solution to complicated, problematic rep is more diverse rep, not removing a less respectable rep. I would agree with that, ever fluctuating. And I think also, here's the other thing, and this is my crazy take. This is the one that gets me like attacked and bit and shred to pieces. I think you should even read bad rep because you should talk about what it is that made you uncomfortable, what you could have done better, and also talk about why you think it happened. Like, because I don't even know if I necessarily consider it bad rep, just talking about the real world consequences of like media. And also, I'm not saying like you must do this or you are a bad consumer, because I don't read everything. Like I said earlier, I didn't read Fire Punch because it has one of my very specific triggers in it that makes me uncomfortable. And I'm sure Fire Punch is awesome. I just can't handle it. But I do think that like if you're capable of it, it's good to do. It broadens your horizons and it also makes you a better writer and reader. It's time to four-leaf this island. Welcome in, Ghost to the studio. People around me always talk about how things with bad representation should never be talked about, but if we never discuss these things, they'll be repeated. Not only that, I think, like, by talking about why you think something is bad... Okay, so here's something that I have, like, come to realize as I've gotten older. The problem with there being good and bad media is everyone's idea of what good and bad is wildly different. Like, you could say to one person, oh, I like the rep of this disability in this movie. Okay, perfect example. I have psychoses. What some people think is good or bad representation of psychoses is wildly different depending on who you ask. I personally like some things that people consider bad representations of psychoses. Like, I saw someone say Donnie Darko was a bad rep of psychoses because it, like, glorifies it. And I'm just sitting there, like, they literally depicted what psychoses feels like in a movie using a psychotic main character while not demonizing him, while also not making his actions good. Like, they managed to make a very realistic and, like, relatable psychotic teenager. And yes, there were some elements of the supernatural, but like not in a way that really changed the narrative at all. Like it just felt like it all could have been within Donnie, and I liked that. I thought it was a really interesting narrative about coping with death and loss. But the thing is, like I said, you get it. And this is the thing. So what some people consider good and bad rep will be so different that I don't think we can completely write off things that people consider bad rep by saying don't watch that, it's bad rep. I think we do need to watch it and we need to talk about it and its real world consequences, because again, how can you do better and how can you be better as a reader if you don't indulge in things and understand why it is that what they did is harmful. And also, I think it's important to have conversations with people that disagree with you on that matter, frankly. Like, I've talked to people who really like the cartoon that shall not be named that I've talked about on streams before, that they really like the representation of certain aspects that are kind of heavy to handle in that show. And I disagree, but I still want to hear why they like it because I want to understand what it is that appeals to them. Because I think it's important to take everyone's like thoughts into consideration when you like consume and speak about media. You don't have to agree. You just should like read them. You should listen. Donnie Darko is amazing. Yes, I absolutely agree. You can't see the true colors of the world if all you watch is through a rose filter. I would agree with that. Also, I have no idea what the hell this is supposed to be. They might be stilts. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's almost on stilts, like for when the water comes up, and then that's a shadow underneath there. I think I made this too close to Meowth's feet, though. Now that I'm looking at it, like, it's too big. It needs to shrink. Because that's not even, like, there. I definitely think Boy Meets Maria is a piece of media I loved, even if I'm not sure I liked it. It's kind of like a geode. It's raw and unpolished and beautiful to me. Yes, Coda. Oh my god. I'm so glad. Coda, you and I feel the exact same way about Boy Meets Maria, and that makes me so happy because I see some people praising it as if it's like this perfect bastion of like gender representation, which I don't agree, but I think that there is a lot in it that is good and that I do want to praise and I want to preserve. Like I said, I think I also have a soft spot for it now that the author is no longer with us. I like want to preserve it as a piece of like media that I worry will go out of print. But that said, I don't think that just because someone's no longer with us doesn't mean that we should not respond to their work with like, you know, with nuance and with criticism like we would anyone else's. Do you have any advice on writing antagonists who are bad people who just happen to have mental disorder without demonizing the disorder? See, the problem is it's a very difficult question to answer because there are many different ways and many different disorders that you would have to cover. But I would recommend finding people to beta read and proofread your work, and also think about why it is you want that character to have that disorder, and ask if it like elevates the narrative in a way that's meaningful. And importantly, think about what could be the real world consequences of people who interpret your work as them being evil for having disorder. Also, Lemmy says, you don't have to do what I do, of course, but if you want a recommendation on how to do these studies, while I do erase and transform, I try not to do so too much. Once I'm done with the piece, I write down where I missed the composition, proportions, and color, pick the OG art. Oh. The most important part is writing down notes than the drawing itself, really. Lemmy, I will take your advice. I think I wanted to get the placement right for that one bit, but for the rest of this, I'll try to do it just by eye. But I also appreciate you shouting that out. Thank you. Because I've misplaced a few things. I also think people need to understand that you can enjoy something that's objectively not good and still be able to criticize it. Favorite movies Premiere, and it's not a great movie, the writing is sloppy and the plot is rushed as hell, but I absolutely love it and I think more people should like things they can criticize. Yeah, I would agree. Well, it's because there isn't like a perfect piece of media, and I said this earlier when we were talking about anime. Like, if you try to consume a media that is like perfectly morally clean in all respects, not only will you not enjoy very many things, you probably won't be able to watch anything at all, because somewhere down the line, artists are going to make mistakes. There are multiple writers on different projects, so not every single person that works on a project you're going to morally agree with. And also, very unfortunately, people you like do not like as human beings, like you cannot stand them, are going to wind up making art you like. And I think it's important that we like stop conflating moral goodness with the ability to create good art. There is absolutely a conversation to be had when it comes to people like Rowling, who every dime she makes goes into trying to control British Parliament to like get rid of trans people, but not every single creator that does shitty things is Rowling. I don't think anyone is like her, actually, quite frankly. Have you guys read 17776? Yes, I have, and it is phenomenal. I did not read the sequel, though, so no spoilers. Also, her art is bad, to be honest. Well, I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna open that can of worms on this stream. I don't want to die. Yes, there is a sequel. I haven't read it, but I've been told it by people that there's a sequel. If you can't consume bad media and understand why it's bad, you'll probably fall in the same hole. Oh, absolutely you will. Okay, so, okay. I like to bring up this example. One of the moments that I realized this, and I realized that this game was all just your thing is bad, so you can't criticize me either game. I was on Tumblr, and there was someone that I wasn't following, but like one of my mutuals was following and were blogged from them, and someone was criticizing their media tastes because they were like into some fucking anime. I want to say it was like Black Butler or some shit like that. They were like, you were like, you're a Black Butler fan, and then the other person swings back and says, you're a Mirai Nikki fan, and I'm just sitting here like, so this is not actually about trying to have conversations about what this media does and what it could have done better. It's literally just a never-ending series of gotchas of people trying to e-fight with each other and prove their moral superiority by liking better media. And I'm just sitting here like, this does nothing. We could have a real conversation about like movies and TV and like their real-world effects on people, or like what we think they could have written better. But instead, we're just on Tumblr arguing with each other and trying to prove moral superiority, and it does nothing. It's kind of frustrating, honestly. The virtual slap fight. Exactly. And then after I realized that, I felt so much peace. I felt inner peace like I'd never felt before. And also that the people that, like, genuinely fight and care about these things, that's usually because they have some dirt to hide themselves. Will this work? No way. Awesome. Also, yeah, I do wish that people would just make things themselves, but I'm also a comic artist, so I like maybe my stance is biased, but I love it when people are like, I wish things would be better, and it's like, take my hand, take my paw, we can do it together. You want better things to exist? Let's make them. Silly pocket sucks. That's so real. That's exactly how I feel. My god. Anyway, I love writing. You'll never get me to hate writing. Fuck, I fucked up so bad. Hold on. I forgot. I fucked up. I forgot the inner tube. I lied. I'm using my eraser. Sorry, I literally forgot to draw an entire part of the building because I'm doing line arts. I'm stupid. I forgot the inner tube.
Stop saying you're stupid.
What?
Stop saying you're stupid.
Hi, why did you come in? You want to just spend time with me?
I want you to talk me out of wanting a burger.
I want a burger.
This backfired.
Wait,
This
come back. Why do you want a burger? Why do you want a burger?
I'm hungry, and I was just... I don't know
Everyone's
why.
saying get a burger.
No!
Get a burger, get a burger.
No.
Also, elitism fundamentally goes against any media literacy you claim to have. Exactly. Sorry. What did you get a burger from?
I don't know.
I want a burger.
See, the problem is I want a good burger.
I want a good burger too. There are some good burgers around here.
Not really.
Yeah, that is kind of true. Can I get a burger? Can we get burgers? I'm hungry. I'm working so hard. Please? I'm starving. I'm dying. I'm literally an orphan dying in the street. Get a burger. Everyone's saying get a burger, the chant. And I was gonna say, he makes a really good burger. We just don't have burger materials. We don't have the burger crafting recipe. Forrest, if I donate to Ko-Fi, will you get the frickin' burgers? You're the guy with the car. You're the guy in the chair, so that's up to you.
Let me see where's still open.
I'm a starving child starving to death, and this is the very last thing I ever read. Goodbye. I love that fucking post. There's a
If
burger.
we all work together, we can get them burger.
We were so good all week, too. We've cooked at home.
Well, so I think that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Is that we had hot pot. I I had 5 Chinese sausages.
Yeah, that's not
So
enough.
the little tiny ass sausages.
They're delicious, though.
They're so fucking good. But that's like all the protein I had for dinner, and now I want a burger. I want beef.
Let's make a burger together. Alright, like, fill this in. Man, me hungry. I feel like streams always make people hungry, and I would say sorry for it, but I love food, so I'm not really sorry, actually. Sorry. Forrest, you didn't answer. Ko-Fi Burgers, yes or no? You're getting threatened.
I just need to make sure there's like a burger place around here, because I'm not getting. If I want a burger, I want like more than a fast food burger.
Fair. Shake Shack?
We don't have that around these parts.
Fuck my stupid baka life. Also, so Toasty Chai, we'll know soon. And then Coda said, with Rowling specifically, when people go, oh, Death of the Author of Harry Potter isn't bad, then how about we talk about what was in her work? Death of the Author doesn't erase what exists in the work without knowing who she is. You can criticize her art for reforming fascism instead of dismantling it in her story, for bestowing morals onto action by who the characters are in the narrative. Fascism is bad, but only because the bad guys do it. Bad people will make you like things, but sometimes you can. I was gonna say, Coda, I know where you're going with that, and I completely agree. There's a lot in her work that I think that people don't talk about because a lot of people, and rightfully so, are focused on like her trans misogyny. But like, there is still a lot within the work. Looking at the blatant goblin, yeah, the banker goblins, the blatant racism, the fucking oops got cut off. Oh, don't worry. The house elves, yeah. Death of the Author will never erase Rita Skeeter. No, literally. There's so many! There's literally trans misogyny and racism in the text. I know! I'm gonna get matcha ice cream. Sweet. That sounds good as fuck. I've watched many videos discussing Harry Potter through an analysis way. Everything is wrong there. Yeah. Werewolf AIDS crisis? That shit was crazy. That we really need to bring that up more. Death of the Author means the author does not always intend the messages that can be found in their work. Not, I'm pretending the author is dead so I can indulge in the media without guilt. Yes, and also, like, okay, this is one that Punkit has talked about before, and I think she's so fucking big-brained for this. Death of the Author... We could go into the werewolf AIDS thing in a moment, but hold on, let me explain. Death of the Author is, like, the reader's interpretation of the text is no less correct than the author's intention. Because if the reader picks it up from the reading, then there is a way to, if you can defend it textually, then that is something that you can understand. Sent Forrest a burger recommendation on your phone. Ooh. Check. Burger recommendation. Chat doesn't know about the werewolf AIDS. Okay, hold on. So the TLDR is, like, werewolfism in Harry Potter is treated like AIDS. Like, it's treated like an STD. And it's been years since I've read it, but the best way I could describe it is that, like, the way that the narrative treats being a werewolf is very similar to the way... I never read Harry Potter when I was a kid. What do you mean werewolf AIDS? Remus Lupin is gay in the text. He is? Wait, I didn't even know Remus was gay. Is he gay or gay-coded? That actually makes that worse. That's so much worse. We're talking about AIDS? Sorry, we could also shift to a happier topic, too. I feel like sometimes we get into stuff that's, like, kind of heavy for stream. But, like, yes, there's a reason. Also, Clown Links, thank you for the sub. Does he get married to Tonks? I was thinking that, too, actually. Hold on. Yeah, no. He does marry Tonks. Remus is a gay. Yeah, sorry. I was like, hold on, it's been so fucking long, I can't remember the shit. I'm 2. Coda? What? Okay. Anyway, moving on from that. But yes, that's news to me. I didn't know the actor thing. Your brush is so smooth, like, whoa, thank you. I love my brush. I built it myself. And it is in the card below if you would like to try and build it yourself too. It is very easy. It is 2 steps. I linked my card below. Sorry for bringing this up. Oh, don't apologize. Like I said, it's no one's fault. Just sometimes I like to redirect to happier subjects so we can keep the mood light around here. Though it is good to have conversations like this every once in a while. Have you found a burger place, honey?
I'm trying to find... Okay, I found something.
No burger? Yes, Catboy Color, I completely agree. It's an important, like, angle to analyze the works. Like, knowing this and considering this when you consume the works is important, in my opinion. No burger? Oh, Nessie must be ecstatic. Wailing, my dishwasher broke. No! I'm so sorry. We have to hand wash everything here, so you can suffer with us. We don't have a dishwasher. That's why I say anytime I take a break from art, I just go wash dishes. There's always dishes to wash. How long do your streams usually go for? So I would say typically our streams are anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. However, I'm capable of going a little longer tonight because these are studies and I want to take my time with them. And also because I am well rested. I slept quite a lot. Alright, so I think the next thing we're going to do... I guess I could do like... Burger, sorry, I was playing Pony Island and I missed Burger. We're maybe getting burgers. Forest is the one that makes the final decision. I need to mention this. Has any pony listened to Jaharia? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So I love everyone's shifting through the tide pool. I want a burger now. Everyone get burgers now. Let's all get burgers together. Alright, wait. Let's see if I can like... Nice. Very nice. I was playing Pony Island based. I've actually never played, but I feel like that's made by the guy that made the other game I like. Inscription! I forgot it. Also, I really want to play Buckshot Roulette on stream because it looks fun, but I'm kind of scared that's going to get me flagged because it is like a pretty violent game. I mean, it's literally Russian roulette with a rifle. Or not even a rifle, with a... It's like a... Well, it's a buckshot. I feel kind of stupid now.
It's a shotgun.
It's a shotgun. Buckshot roulette, though, is really cool. Like, I like the game design. I like the sound design is crazy. But I'm just like, that might be a bit too dark for stream, unfortunately. Yeah, it is a shotgun, sorry. My mind. Hear me out. Hear me out on the dealer guy from that game. That is probably the wildest hear me out I've heard, I think, for a while. Hey, they just came out with the multiplayer for it? Oh. Would anyone recommend Inscription? Oh, it's a good game.
Fucking love Inscription.
Yeah, my boyfriend played it when he was streaming back then. And actually, I would love to... What if I streamed that in winter? That would be a phenomenal winter stream game. Guys, what if we played Inscription? What if Critter became a card master? I love it too. Like, I know it, but I would play it so you guys can experience it because it's a great game.
Would you just want a hamburger?
Yes. And fries.
Plain hamburger?
Yes.
Okay.
People definitely stream it. Should be fine. I don't know about YouTube. The thing is, I've seen people upload it to YouTube. Also, thank you for the posture check. Markiplier posted it to YouTube, and he was fine. But he's also fucking Markiplier. Like, I feel like Markiplier could do anything, and YouTube would kind of, like... they would kind of just, like, look away. Inscription in the winter? Oh my gosh, yes, wait. I want to see the poll results. Thoughts on onion rings? They're alright. Not the best, not the worst. Like the bloomin' onion is like, that's how I feel about it too. It's just like, it's whatever. All right, now this is the scary part. I have to start coloring.
1 patty or 2 patties?
1. I am not that big of a cat. I was also curious if you upload your studies and art streams on YouTube as well. Sometimes I can't catch them live. Yes, Clownlings, let me link you something. I have a VODs channel that is just YouTube VODs. And while I do edited videos on my main YouTube, the raw VODs of the streams that I do are all on my VODs channel here. And if there's ever a stream that you come to that you want to have saved as a VOD, I can't promise everything, and also I just linked it. I can't promise that I'll VOD everything, but if there's something that you want, you can just ask during the stream, especially if you have to like leave early, and I will try to get it up there for you. Also, coloring is scary because I can make color palettes, but I like looking at something and eyeballing it and trying to guess the colors. That's scary.
Also, like, when I say plain, just burger and bun.
Yes. Well,
Mayo, lettuce, pickle,
onion.
tomato, onion.
No tomato. Onion, pickle,
Onion.
lettuce. What other options?
Mayo, grilled onion, grilled mushroom, ketchup, mustard, relish, jalapeno peppers.
Peppers.
Jalapeno peppers or green peppers?
Jalapeno peppers.
Jalapeno peppers, okay.
Fill tool. No! I like drawing bad. I'm okay.
And do you want fries?
Yes. Burgers confirmed real? Burgers real. Burgers real.
Wait, did you have an allergic reaction when you ate Five Guys?
No.
Okay.
Traditional life drawing painters go crazy with eyeball and color mixing. I know! I used to do that in school. I was a painter when I took painting classes in college, and some of the people in my class made me feel crazy. Like, I feel like I did a good job for coming into it brand new, but like some people had experience. Use fill tool your poor wrist. No, I like coloring. Let me color. I'll use it for the next one. I use fill tool all day when I do Leica's Comet. I get to color just this. That was the winter melon snack. I have had an allergic reaction to some oils before.
Do you want fries?
Yes, please. Smiles cutely.
Shit's cutely. That's all I can think about.
Shit's cutely. Like a Tamagotchi. The melon allergy saga. No, I get it. Coloring's fun. Okay, bet. At least use the bigger brush size, please. You're gonna kill me. No, it's fine. It's a big brush. It's a big brush. It's okay. Wait, I heard a boo-boo-boo-boo. Wait, Toasty Chai, were you for real? Were you /J or /serious? Thank you! Melon allergy saga. On Tumblr, I posted a picture of winter melon choco rooms, and I said, these are really good, but every time I eat them, my mouth kind of gets tingly and my stomach hurts. I guess that's like the winter flavor, right? And everyone's like, winter melon is not supposed to be like minty or tingly. And I was just sitting there like, what does this mean for me? And everyone's like, my brother in Christ, I believe you have an allergy. I was like, okay, well, also something I'm realizing, this is not right. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. Ooh, that's not correct either.
Do you want to share a milkshake?
Yes, always. That's a little closer. Winter flavor. So, like, it's called winter melon. So I thought, like, the winter part of it was that it was, like, minty. But apparently, the winter part is just that they eat it during the winter because it stores for the winter time. So.
But you're not allergic to honeydew.
Well, I don't know that. I've not eaten honeydew.
You've never eaten honeydew?
No.
It comes packaged with cantaloupe, and you like cantaloupe.
I don't like when fruit touch, so I don't eat them.
I forgot you were an autistic king.
I'm sorry! Your grandma was offering me fruit salad, and I was just like, no thank you, I love you. And she was like, but you like fruit. And I was like, I do. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Chocolate, strawberry, banana, peanut butter, salted caramel. I don't know why bacon is on here as a flavor. Vanilla.
Bacon milkshake?
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
Scary.
Well, because I want to split one. Because you said you wanted one, so I'll eat some of it with you. So what flavor?
I like chocolate milkshakes. The background sound stopped? Wait, it shouldn't have. It's still going. No, there's still rain. Okay, I turned it up a bit. No winter flavored tinglies. I'm sorry, I genuinely thought that the winter part of it meant like it was like minty. It's just a bit quiet. I can turn it up too. I think that's closer. Okay, but I'm feeling a little silly. What if I felt a little silly? No, that's not accurate anymore. Thank you.
Burgers acquired.
Yippee! Do you ever feel not silly? Sometimes, but then I have to make myself silly again. Because if I'm not silly, how will I survive? That's kind of how I feel. Like, if I'm not silly, I need to fucking get silly, because silliness is a method of survival.
Do you guys want Tiny Tiger?
Silly despite it all. Good mantra. It's just like when people are like, you're too happy. I'm like, brother, I need this. If I don't do this, I will literally, it's like a shark. Like, if I stop moving, I'll die. If I stop being silly, I will fucking die. It will kill me. I can see why you relate to Reagan Arataka fading into darkness. Shut up, 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 shut up. The fish on the left are so entrancing. Thank you. It's like my little cocoa melon keys that I jingle for you. Better a silly goose than a sour cunt? I mean, this is true. Either stopping being silly will kill me or I will be shot in the head. No. Jingle, jingle, pay attention, jingle, jingle. It's my keys. I have cats. I know how this works. Also, I know it's like a little airbrush kind of effect. I laugh very easily. My sister teases me for it by actually jingling keys. I'm sorry. That's so funny. I'm sorry. It's a little mean, but it's so funny. Also, I have to say, like, I don't think my colors are perfect, but I do think I got pretty damn close for just eyeballing. Like, I'm pleased. That may even be... No, I think that's right. The only thing I'm not sure of is the color in the ears is kind of... That may even be darker than that. Remember to be careful about not using violent language in chat. Oh, Coda, you're so right. Thank you. Sorry, I know we get silly in here, but, like, Twitch will come... The Twitch devils will get us. We have to be careful.
So before I go, because I'm going to pick these up because
Okay.
I don't want to pay extra money.
Fair.
They really like Tiny Tiger.
That's good. That means they like their new food.
Yes.
Hello, this is my first time catching one of your streams. Found you through your Art Lock VOD. Very excited to watch while cooking Japanese curry. Salute! Salute, Meownday! Welcome in. Also, Japanese curry real. I need to try curry. Guys, I'm scared. I'm scared. Curry? I want to like curry because all of my friends like curry, but I've never had it. What if I don't like it? I don't know. But we had hot pot today. We made hot pot, and it was really good. Don't be scared. It's so yummy. Well, if you had to, like, describe the flavor to a curry noob, what would you describe it like? Because the thing that scares me the most... So, I have to be clear. I really hate tomato. Like, tomato is my least favorite flavor. And so, I rank foods that I'm, like, curious about trying on a scale of how much they are or aren't tomato. And one of the reasons that, like, I've been scared to try, like, kimchi is because to me kimchi looks like it's gonna taste like tomato, even though I know it's not tomato, but it looks like it is. You're real for that. I'm just glad that people understand. Like, I want to like tomato, but I don't. It's so gross. It's gross. I don't like it. Saying this to the tomato lover, insane. I'm so sorry. OCD behavior. Leave me alone. Ah, Akira, Akira. Ah, leave me alone. It's so good, but as someone with digestive issues, I completely understand. I power through spices. Spice doesn't usually bother me. Tomato is just too much. It's like, it's sweet, and I don't want a vegetable. I know it's technically a fruit, but I don't want it to be sweet. Generally, curry isn't tomato. Interesting. I usually do tomato paste rather than real tomato. Also, there's plenty of recipes of curry that don't have tomato. Okay, this has got to be cooler for sure. The other thing I'm noticing is so does this. This also has to be cooler. Ooh. Okay. Ah. Step back, tomato haters. I'll eat all the tomatoes for you. Thank you for protecting us. It's okay, guys. I like tomatoes. We'll catch up. I was gonna say, have I ever explained Forrest and I's relationship dichotomy before? He loves ketchup and hates mustard. I love mustard and I hate ketchup. Like, I genuinely won't even touch ketchup. If there's ketchup on a plate, I won't wash it. I'll wash all the other dishes and I'll leave the ketchup and tomato soup plates because I can't touch them because the smell hurts me. It, like, overwhelms me. I love pickles, and Forrest hates pickles. He's tried to eat pickles so many times because he wants to enjoy them with me, but he cannot stand them. Oh, what else? We have our preferences, and I think it's really funny. So when he gets like a pickle, like a sandwich pickle, like with his sandwich, he gives me his pickle. I love pickles and burgers. I love pickles. Like, I will just sit and eat an entire jar of pickles in a sitting. And I have done this multiple times. I've done that. Like, honestly, I used to do it once a week when I was a kid, but I got old and now I'm like, I can't have that much sodium. Wait, how are your burgers without pickles and tomatoes? I put pickles on it, but I don't put tomatoes on it. And they're good. They're just usually salty. The olive theory is real. This is true. Homemade pickles are the bomb. Yes, they are. You cover each other's weaknesses. Together you finish the meal. This is true. Oh, that's the other thing. I can never finish what's on my plate. Like, I don't know what it is. If it's like a mental block or something. But I literally cannot eat everything that's on my plate. Unless it's like a food I really, really like. And even then, sometimes I can't. And he'll always eat what's left over. That's the other difference. Now I'm changing. I used to not like leftovers, but now I'm learning that certain foods are still good as leftovers. I got like really I have OCD. I think I've said this before. I would make sure to buy like really, really small amounts of food so that there wouldn't be leftovers. Because before I got medicated for OCD, I got like scared that they would be like contaminated or something. So I would make sure there were no leftovers. And so when Forrest and I started dating and he would make all of this food, I got really scared. I was like, don't make so much, like I won't be able to eat all of that. And he's like, no, but we'll have it for leftovers. And I'm like, but I don't eat leftovers. And he's like, oh, okay, well then I'll just adjust with that in mind. And now I've been able to eat leftovers. I've got it. I've gotten medicated for OCD and I'm like, oh wow, some foods actually do taste good. My dad eats pickle peanut butter sandwiches and even occasionally pickle slices with peanut butter and crackers. That's insane. Sorry, your dad sounds nice, but that's scary. OCD Nation rise. Yeah. This is a whole chat. Some food tastes even better as leftovers. It's kind of evil. I like sweet and sour Chinese chicken leftover. That's pretty good. Because if you put it in the air fryer, it basically tastes exactly the same. It's even like a little bit crispier than it was when you first got it. That one's pretty good. Real though, at some point, the food in the fridge gets marked as evil, and even if I logically know it's fine, I can't eat it. I don't know what it was! And the thing is, I don't have it as much of a problem anymore. The only things that still happen with me with that is, like, milk. Like, for whatever reason, milk has like a mental expiration date that's different than the expiration date on the container. Because in my brain, the expiration date's lying to me, so I can't trust it. I know people will probably be mad at me for this, but mustard on pizza is tasty. I'm curious about that. I'm not mad at you, I'm just curious. I have the same exact thing, yeah. Again, I'm just glad that other people understand, because like when I say I have OCD to some people, they're like, oh, so like you like lining things up, and I'm like, actually no, I do that, but that's not the part that's the problem. The part that's the problem is that like I think that there are evil things in the world out to get me at like all times. Mustard on pizza is scary. I'm super sensitive to milk going bad, so I trust myself if it's gone bad or not. I can't even handle the smell of like curdled milk either, so like that's the other problem is like I'm scared to like smell it because I'm scared that I'll throw up. Never trust how it smells. What's so crazy to me, and what's like what makes me feel like a little bit validated about this, my little sister has the exact same OCD like contamination fear, and also had to go get medicated for it. And at this point, I'm kind of just like, did we just have shared childhood trauma that manifested in very similar ways because we're like similar in terms like we're related, or did something really awful and evil happen that kind of fucked us up? It could be either. Who's to say? Cannot drink plain milk. I need to flavor that shit with either syrup or coffee. Wait, you flavor milk with coffee creamer? I'm not judging, but I'm a little I'm curious. I'm like, if I were an animal, you have to picture my head is cocked to the side a little bit. Also, I'm kind of cooking here, I can't lie. Oh wait, I'm so excited to pick the line art color. I think the line art color is like a really warm brown. I know this is a study, so like I can't take full credit for it because I am just looking at someone else's picture and drawing it. But like, this actually feels really nice. Like I feel like this looks good. Wait, that's smart? What, the coffee creamer or the drawing thing? Does anyone else get autism thing where some drinks taste different depending on where you're drinking from? Yes, 100%. Sterling beef, yes. The container matters, and also how old or how long it's been in the container. Like I found like if you leave something in glass outside to the point where it starts like condensating, like it starts sweating, it tastes different. I don't know why, it just does. And everyone always looks at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but I can tell if you left a water cup outside, I know, because it tastes different. Glass cup is bottom, I agree. Glass cup is on bottom because it makes stuff taste weird. And the temperature of the container, that is also very true. Is that not normal? I mean, I don't think it's... I think I've met enough people that feel that way, so I know that I'm not alone in this. But unfortunately, a lot of people I know also think that's insane. Plastic cup bottom of my tier list. I think it depends on the plastic. I have a plastic Sanrio cup that I think has a wonderful texture and never smells or tastes weird. But if, like, you tried to... You know, okay, there's another one. You know, some people is like Tupperware, like they don't take care of it and it gets like stained and it like gets smell. Some people's plastic cups also get that way, and I get that. I've been poor my whole life. I understand it does happen that way. But I also have been autistic my whole life, so that stuff makes me really uncomfortable, and typically I try to be really, really clean with my dishware so that doesn't happen, because it makes me feel yucky. Have you seen the Diet Coke marinating post? I have, and I think that shit's hilarious because, like, honestly, I kind of believe them. Maybe that makes me, maybe I'm the problem, but someone could say that and I'd be like, yeah, that sounds right. I believe you. Like, I'm not gonna doubt that. Some people know better. This is why I exclusively drink out of my water bottle. Oh, I do that too. I have a metal water bottle that I clean, like, frequently, and it keeps my stuff, like, basically frozen. It's the only thing I use. For water, that is. Marinated Coke. So basically what they were saying is that like certain for Coke it tastes better if you let it sit in the fridge and basically get past its expiration date. And I don't understand, but I believe them. Like I believe whatever they're experiencing, I believe that's true for them. We up fermenting Coke. I love everyone's doing like exclamation marks, question mark. Yeah, this is like it was like a whole thing on TikTok. Is people were talking about like aging their Coke like it's like a wine. I think it's just so funny. I can't lie. I'm all here for it. I think we should. I think people should get weirder and believe stranger things. Posture check. Thank you. Welcome in phenomenal art. Thank you. Shout out to the TikTok dude who made Peeps wine. Wait, that sounds awesome, actually. Cool of him. Do you have OCD? Okay, so we're actually a minority in this group, but I do think it's funny that there's so many still. That was a Tumblr post? No. It was a Tumblr post from TikTok. Like, they were taking screenshots of things from TikTok and bringing it to Tumblr. And I know this because I saw the wine, or I saw the Coke aging on TikTok before it made its way to Tumblr. Oh, unless you mean the Peeps wine guy. The Peeps wine guy I didn't know. I didn't see, personally. But that sounds awesome. Okay, so this is going to look down a little bit. Hot water tastes thicker. I can see that. I could definitely see that. Also, thank you for the stretch redeem. I will stretch my wrist. Everyone should do the same if you're drawing. Really? Gotta say. Again, I know this is just like a study, but I'm actually really proud of this so far. Also, something that I'm learning is that, like, I think my colors are good, but I think I really saturate my colors, and that there's a lot to be done with, like, even, like, brown and, like, gray values that maybe I need to figure out more. But I kind of like what I have going, so I don't think it's bad either. Gotta go, my brain needs to do something else. No worries, Darius. Thank you for stopping in. Don't forget the beans? Don't worry, I won't. I'm actually, right now, trying to see what color... Interesting. Hello? What layer are you? Oh, it was drawing it. It's just so... Huh. Wait a minute. Who are you? Okay, there we go. Does anyone know that kid? Sorry, that video... That was like a Vine ages ago. I feel safe self-diagnosing for OCD because everything I read... maybe go me for real. What happened? Kazoo Kid. Oh, yeah, Kazoo Kid. You want Kazoo. Old timer. Hey. What do you call an old timer? We can't be forgetting Vine already. I love that kid, Kazoo Kid. I hope your life is full of whimsy and joy. Alright, so one thing I gotta do is I gotta make the tail spiral actually. It gets kind of like a bit of... Ugh, that's yucky. Make that more... It's an interesting choice to shade the tail this way, because I don't know if I would do the same. But I don't think it looks bad either. Elderly. The grandfather. You've known this. Also, the sky is the thing that's kind of got me, like, gagged. I'm, like, looking at it. I'm like, what fucking color of blue is that? I don't know how to get that color. Also, making the sky such a dark blue, this is not something that I would do. And I'm now wondering why, because it looks really good. Although I'm kind of liking the shading the tail this way, because this doesn't feel right. Like, this doesn't feel like this should be looking like this, because I don't really understand the dimensions that artist was going for. But sometimes with Pokemon, it's just like, it doesn't really matter if it's right. It just has to look good. Maybe move the reference image. I can do that. Sorry, I really didn't realize you could see. I can even just pull it, like, right over top. Callie Tagul, welcome in. perplexing to me. Hey, sorry, I had to leave for a bit to eat, but I'm back. Welcome back. I will probably at some point be eating as well, so don't worry. You're not alone in that. One thing that I'm seeing now is this gotta get shifted a little bit. Consider yourself perplexed. Ooh, okay, wait, that's also darker. And it looks like the brown that's used to shade Meowth is kind of used in everything that's in the foreground, with the exception of the steel of the umbrella, and that makes sense. Actually, no, it's gray. Okay. And that's going to be like a lighter gray because it's in the sun. Now, something that Kanako does that I really like is that they always outline the things in the foreground with like a very like light white outline, and I actually studied and borrowed that when I did my Pokemon card contest design. Is this the beach to the south of Slateport? It looks like that to me. That's what I think it is. The Olivine, or it's not the beach to the south of Slateport. I think it's the beach next to Olivine, if I'm not mistaken. It could be the beach at Slateport, though, but thinking about it, Meowth isn't in... I don't think Meowth is in RSE, is it? That's not right. It's gotta be like more of a Cobalt. That's getting pretty close, though. I think that's probably the closest I'll get. Meowth was an advanced. Gotta go to sleep. Thanks for the stream. Of course. Thank you for stopping in. Is this stream 18 plus? It is not. This stream is not 18 plus. This is for general audiences, my friend. Could be anime Meowth is true. When you dive in web fishing, bird up gets printed onto the console. That's kind of funny. I'm so excited for Burger. I'm back. This looks lovely so far. Thank you. I'm really happy with it, honestly. I think, like, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm really happy for what I've done eyeballing it. The shack in the background looks like it's referenced from one of the one on Route 109 south of Slateport. Wait a second, you might be right. See, I haven't played enough of Emerald yet, because I didn't have Emerald growing up, so I didn't recognize it, but now that you say that, it definitely looks like that. Okay. Ahem. Sorry. The one thing I do gotta do... Yeah, that's the shack where you get 6 water bottles if you win against the trainers. Sometimes I think the cough emote, we don't need it anymore because I'm not sick, but now I'm like, actually, no, I still cough like an animal, like open mouth coughing like a baby. That will be true for me for the rest of my life, I think. Now I want to write a gay romance so bad, do it. Be free. You can literally do anything. Also, do it short, and it's okay if it's bad. Like, that's the thing. I think people need to embrace the short one-shot, especially the short, like, self-indulgent one-shot, because it's better to do that than nothing. And also, sometimes they're the best. Those are the best. Alright, so... The other thing that I'm seeing is, like, the shape of the clouds is, like, super wrong. But that's easy to fix, honestly. That's, like, I literally just gotta go, like, meow. That's okay. Like, the soul is there. So I remember you wanted to offer some song recs. Go Do by Jonsi and Rumhi by Shugo Tokumaru. They both have kind of Leica vibes, and they're both great songs in general. Thank you, Retromoshi. Let's all write gay romance stories together, exactly. There we go. Okay, so the other thing that I'm seeing is these clouds up front are like kind of bluish gray. So I'm gonna grab this layer. There's some like pops of color or like pops of light on them, but for the most part, and what I like is that the color almost extends past these boundaries, kind of like it's stitched on, which I think is really cute. Is Planet Firth the right Discord server? I don't believe it is. I think that it's the Lyca's Comet fan Discord. If you do !Discord, that should be it. To be clear, that is not a Discord I run. It is a fan Discord for my webcomic. But I am not in it because I get anxious in large group settings. So I cannot say for sure. It's Planet First? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Lyca's Comet fan Discord is called Planet Firth. Thank you, Coda. Alright. I'm gonna put, like, the little light pops on this. Yes. There we go. How do you manage streaming considering large groups make you anxious? I think there's a difference between... So the way I view it is like a class, right? When I'm in a classroom setting like this, I can answer questions that I think will benefit everyone. Whereas in a group chat setting, people can directly talk to me and like try to get an answer. And that's a little like harder for me to deal with, I think. Because it's like the difference between standing up and like explaining something and doing a demo versus like being face to face with someone and having to talk with them. And I think it makes me nervous because a lot of the times I don't know how to escape social situations that like I'm uncomfortable with. So if I felt uncomfortable and I didn't feel like I could talk properly or like I didn't want to have a conversation, I don't know how to excuse myself politely from like Discord settings like that. Meow, that's cute. Thank you. Fully understand that one-on-one is not the same as lecturing to a group. Exactly. Also, the difference I think is like I don't know, like I'm doing something, like I'm performing something here, whereas like in group chats, I think to constantly be, it's almost less the server that makes me nervous and more the like constantly being accessible that makes me nervous. And I don't like people always having access to me. I don't even really give people my phone number that readily. Safe break, thank you. That's gotta be... It's more like this blue. Yeah. I really get that. I like my privacy. And the thing is, like, some people take kind of, like, offense to that. They're like, oh, so you don't like me? And it's like, no, because I'm this way with everybody. You're not, like, an exception to that rule. I like my privacy. I value it, and I, like, value having my own space. And especially when people respond that way, I'm like, okay, so then I'm super duper not gonna do that, because I know that if I ever have a boundary that you dislike, you'll take it personally rather than like understanding it has nothing to do with you and it's everything to do with like keeping myself sane. That straw man is a bit full of themselves. You would be so surprised. I have literally had that exact exchange before. It's not even a straw man, it's just very real. I wish he could say it wasn't real, but like I've actually dealt with, and it's not even been one time. It's actually been multiple times that like built up to me being a little bit more distant, I think, than I was when I was younger. But this is the best way I've found to like just kind of maintain mental peace. Straw man meaning like an argument against a person that doesn't exist, like creating a fictional guy to get mad at, kind of. Straw man like the way that like a scarecrow is. I think I explained that properly though. If I did not, you are welcome to correct. It's so hot right now. I got the tits out, no bra, get up. Salute our soldiers. Please fucking survive. Oh no, agony with the frog emote, the sad frog. Alright, wait, this, on the other hand, is much pinker. Why have ads been so much more vicious lately? Do you want to know, actually? Because I do. Um, there's some talks of Twitch being kind of in financial hot water because there are backers pulling out. They don't like their ads being put on things they consider mature content. And so because of that, and because of people, because people aren't buying ad slots, there's less targeted ads, and Twitch is filling in the blanks by running Amazon ads, which are less targeted to the audiences they're being shown to. So that means that you're going to get a lot of generalized ads, and you're going to get a lot of them in order to make up for the loss of people buying ad slots. Also, venture capital money is running out, exactly. Like, so here's the thing. Does it suck? Yes. There's always a reason, though, and I think that anytime you notice something changes, you should be asking, why is this different? Because it's very rarely just for no reason or just for the lulz. Like, there is usually a reason behind why things are changing. I'm back. Do you mind repeating your answer about Strawman? Yeah, so Strawman is essentially like a fictional person that you make up in your head to make an argument against. The reason I believe it's called straw man is like alluding to a scarecrow or like a man of straw, a fake person. And in context, I would say like making up an argument, making your entire argument based around someone that you've never actually interacted with or like spoken to someone who has that belief, kind of. Hot take, I don't think ads are actually a big deal. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but like, I just don't listen. Usually when they come on, like I grew up watching TV and TV had advertisements, and then people were like, oh, YouTube is the alternative to TV because there's no ads, and then YouTube got ads, and I'm just like, it seems like every form of entertainment eventually gets ads, so I just don't pay attention to them. Do you fuck with web fishing? So my name's Critter, and yes, I do like web fishing. I like it quite a lot. Leica is actually my character. She's the main character of my webcomic. Like trying to read an article and half of it is blocked by ads. I know, it's so annoying. YouTube used to not have ads. Oh god, do I feel old. But yes, it did. It used to not have ads. YouTube used to not have ads, and then at one point it only had banner ads. Like literally the bottom of the screen just had a little banner pop up that you could click away, but it didn't interrupt the video or anything. You could just keep watching the video with the banner there. Every day I'm made to feel elderly. I remember that. I also remember when you could pop out YouTube of your YouTube app and listen to it while closing your phone. Crazy, I know. You could actually close your phone and not have to have the YouTube app open. I forgot about banner ads, my goodness. I didn't. I don't want to say I have like all of the web locked in my memory, but because I have not had much of a life outside of the internet because of being transgender and autistic, it's all like lock and key in my brain. We can chill while you eat. Oh, don't worry, I'm all done. Harbor tried to steal my burger. Did you guys see the captions? I forgot to turn captions off while I was gone. So at one point I turned around and said, "Hi guys, hi guys," and then Harbor, while I was waving, jumped up to try and grab my burger. Oh, Catch 411, thank you for the sub. Are the critter stickers sold in the pack, or are they sold separately? They're sold separately. The only packs are the Fish Yaoi Yuri and the Tide Pool pack, but all the other stickers you can get individually. The Fish Yaoi what? Hold on. I'll open it again. Alright, hold on. Let me grab it. Oh, I think I don't have a picture of, like, them together. But do you see these two fish? They come with a third sticker that you get to pick. One says Yuri, one says Yaoi, and the other one just says fish in flaming letters. And you can decide what you want your third sticker to be. So it's the Fish Yaoi Yuri sticker set. Oh, I'm obsessed. I was really sad they didn't sell very well. I thought maybe people didn't like them. I was trying not to get bummed out. No, it's even like a little grayer than that. That's so silly. I'm so glad. I'm glad you like it. Alright. So one thing I'm seeing is this tube is actually like kind of it's kind of blue. I just don't have sticker money, but I will soon, and then I will purchase. No worries. Meowth is so cute. Thank you. I'm really happy with how this study is coming out so far. That said, the fish and the tide pools will stay up until they sell out, essentially. The only ones that are gonna only be up there for a short period of time are the Pokemon ones. How many monies? The Pokemon pack of postcards, because there's 3 of them, is going to be $20. The Tide Pool Buddies pack is going to be 10. The Fish Yaoi Yuri is 8. And the individual prints each are $8. Also, chat, I fought my sleepiness and started drawing hand studies in preparation for my own stream tomorrow. Lemmy, you're the bravest soldier. The bravest and strongest. The strongest warrior. I really like them, but I forgot because memory loss. It's okay. No, it's totally okay. Honestly, I was just bummed out because I thought that meant that people didn't like them, so I'm glad to have them up for a second go so that people can get them if they forgot. I try not to take it too much to heart. Oh, hi, Chimera. Also to Ethan, Forrest already does that. He's good on that. He's good with it. I was just given a sticker book for my birthday last month, so I can start collecting stickers, and I plan on getting a bunch of yours. Oh, thank you. Depends on how long it'll be between the orders and the prints, but I try. Yeah. Yeah, we try to ship as efficiently as possible, not just to save money, but also for, like, the environment. I also think that your biggest paying base was Twitter at the time. To be honest, your reach on Twitter has been awful. Well, and it's so weird, right? Because my reach goes from being, like, good, especially on random posts, and then, like, when I post finished art, it's like crickets, and I'm like, what's happening? I really am, like, I'm just closing my eyes, and it will sort itself out. It's okay. Although, the last few posts that I've made on Twitter have done well, so I can't complain too much. Like, the Leica art and the web fishing art, those all did good. People love messiness of a sketch more than the final art, I feel. Truing. This is such a cute idea for a study stream. Have you done any other art so far? Just the Meowth so far. I'm really taking my time with them because I want to make sure that I get them as well as I can. But I want to do more. Although I wouldn't be disappointed if this is the only one we do. I would rather do one really good study than like rush through and feel like I didn't take my time. Well, Tumblr is just Tumblr. Is Kanako your favorite TCG artist? Do you have another? Kanako is my favorite. Honestly, like I was trying to think if there might be another, but like I think that Kanako is my favorite. All right. There we go. Oops. Based, thank you. I like to think I have good opinions. I'm back. Howdy, chat. Welcome in. No worries, it's turning out great. Thank you. I think so too. I have more. So this is basically just going to be like Kanako study night because I have like a few Kanako cards here. There is the one Mantike full art card that's not by Kanako. I don't know who the illustrator of it is, but I can always look it up. But that one's such a big thing that could just be an entire stream on its own. No toe beans? I'll do them. I've just been lazy. I've literally just been lazy is all. Earlier you said you like Inscription. Could I make a Critter Inscription card? Oh my god, if you did, I would love to see it. Please, that'd be awesome. How do you get over the feeling of falling behind with art skills, that there's going to be someone younger better than you? I hope that someone younger is better than me. I hope it, because if they aren't and no one's ever better than me, then I'll get complacent and then I'll never get better. Honestly, people are always like, "Oh, this 14-year-old artist is so much better than me, I should just quit." And it's like, "No. I've been drawing my whole life and there's been people better than me my whole life. I love to draw. Seeing people better than me just riles me up. It's like, all right, I know what I have to do now. I have to work hard so I can catch up with this person." And it's never like defeat, like, oh, I shouldn't draw because I'm not good enough, because art doesn't have to be good to be made. It just exists because we're human beings and we make art. That's just what we do. Will this study stream be saved as a VOD? I said that it would be. My boyfriend said I probably have to cut the snippet about piracy out so that I don't get in trouble. But I'll just edit that part out. I'll make a timestamp of it and play baby kittens and tanukis over it. That said, though, like, I don't get discouraged because for me, art isn't a competition with other artists. It's a competition with myself, and seeing what other people make just inspires me to make art too. Being number one all the time means you have nothing left to strive for. There's no upwards progress left. That's the other thing, is like, actually, it's not fun being the best that you know. And I say this because there's been times in my life where I didn't know who to go to for advice because other people were asking me for advice and I didn't have it. And sometimes I do still feel that way, not because I'm the best artist I know, but because I'm the only person that does what I do. Or the only person I know that does what I do to the capacity that I do it, which is why I go out of my way to try and make friends with our artists to figure out like what they're doing and what's working out for them, so that I don't get lonely and that I don't feel like I'm kind of like just like rawing the shit by myself and trying to figure stuff out. Your art style's so cute. Thank you. I will be clear. This is a style study of artist called Kanako, who's the one that did the Pokemon card art at the top. But I did draw the Meowth at the bottom, so I appreciate it. Also, hello, Stella Bella. Gotta do it the Fujimoto method. He said he'll kill anyone better than him with art. No, that's exact. I love Fujimoto. He's crazy. He's literally insane, and I admire him so much. He was like, if I don't get better at art, I just have to kill everyone. And I'm like, he's so real to me. He's so girl to me. Goat Fujimoto. Forever and ever. My goat. My king. The jalapeno pepper's kind of kicking my ass right now, I'm not gonna lie. I just breathed and it felt like there was like spice coming out of my throat. Honestly, it's very isolating to be in art class where it feels like nobody can give good crit. Here's the thing too, right? Giving good crit has nothing to do with your art skills. You can be dookie dog shit at art, but know how to give good crit. And it's something that I wish that artists would kind of get in their heads, is that, like, you could be phenomenal at art, but if all you do is just blast compliments out your ass every time someone asks you for crit, you are not giving good crit. And you may have only good intentions, too. Like, I think that people that do that are just trying to be niceys, and I appreciate that. But if someone's asking for, and they're genuinely asking for crit, I mean genuinely asking, not like they just showed you your art and then you just gave unsolicited opinions. But if they ask you for art crit, also thank you for the save break, and you don't give them art crit, you're not doing them a service, you're not being nice, you're actually just making their job harder for them. Also, Chris Quality said, "Hi, first time being here, I just found the vods of your heart gold art lock that I've been savoring for the past week. Inspired me to make this little emote. Bulbasaur!" Sorry, that's really cute. Sorry, I just screamed. That's adorable. I love that. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Okay, I think the sand's lighter than I'm making it. Yeah, that's closer. That's closer to what it actually is. Sorry, screaming Bulbasaur. I love, despite the fact that Kanakuyo, this is Kanakuyo study, your style still kind of bleeds through. I do kind of like that. That's one of the reasons I think I like this so much, is that, like, I can tell where I've, like, not stayed true to the reference, but I kind of don't mind. Like, I'm learning still, and I'm having a lot of fun. For real, when anyone shared their art with me in the past, asking for my opinion, I always ask compliments or critique, because just knowing what someone wanted out of the interaction was so helpful. Oh my god, I know. Guys, take this with you throughout your life. When someone is opening up to you, whether it's like they're showing you their art, they're telling you about something bad that happened to them, and like one of the things that I have to tell you from experience, because I fucked this up a lot, and I'm so glad that someone taught this to me. If someone is trying to vent to you, or they're telling you about something that's going on in your life, the best thing that you could do is say, do you want comfort or do you want advice? Like, do you want someone to listen, or do you want me to give, like, my advice on what I would do? Harbor is currently trying to knock over this entire tray with fries on it. You are a beast. You are a monster. I think people are afraid of offending someone, but, like, they ask for it. If you're afraid of offending them, just be nice but honest. Exactly. Hi, gang. Welcome in. I use that method all the time. Ever since I learned it, it's been like a lifesaver. I'm not kidding. Like, I genuinely feel like I've become a better friend ever since I realized you can just ask people what they want. And if they say, I don't know, then say, that's okay. I'll listen. And then as we go, I can ask how you're feeling. Men especially, this is something common that the male experience doesn't teach. To be fair, no one teaches it, really, because, okay, I'm speaking as someone that grew up autistic. No one ever teaches you this. They just expect you to know it. So when you don't know it, via autism or because you just don't pick up on it, people get mad that you don't know it, but they don't tell you what you don't know. They just get mad at you. And you're like, what am I doing? I thought I was helping. So when someone broke it down, was like, you can ask people what they want because different people want different things at different times. There is no right answer. I was like, oh, fuck, that makes so much more sense. And it explains why I felt like sometimes I was doing good and then other times people wanted to kill me. Humans are confusing, which is why you should ask questions. I think that it's natural for us to get confused when interacting with each other because we're all different. So I think that in the state of confusion is when we show our best selves. Because when you're confused, instead of getting mad, you try to be kind, I think that shows a lot about your character. So I would always encourage people to ask questions, and at the root of everything, remember that you want to be nice to this person. Sometimes people don't know what they want. This is true, too. I mean, this is true. That's why I said when people don't know what they want, the best thing that you can do is just listen. I think most neurotypical people are bad at that, too. I think that it depends on the person, but the thing is, autistic people get hit harder for it because they don't know how to cover it up well. And so I don't think you're wrong. I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with, but I think autistic people are the ones that feel it the most because they don't realize that they're not doing something that they're expected to because they don't even know what it is they're supposed to do. But you're right. There are plenty of neurotypical people that I know that don't do that either. People were more direct in general, life would be much easier. Well, the thing is, it starts with you. Like, you're right. I think life would be easier if we were kinder to each other and more direct, but you can't control other people's actions. So the best thing that you can do is be kind and be direct yourself. And then believe that other people are doing that. And then if not, you have the option to, don't surround yourself with people like that. I'm going to be so honest, guys. There's so many people that I was friends with at one point that I just stopped talking to because I realized that they weren't trying to make communicating with them easier. They were trying to just have fun with it or like fuck around with other people because that's what they did for their own amusement. And I didn't like that. I don't find that a respectable quality, so I didn't want to be friends with those people. That's like 90% of dating culture that I hear people talk about where they're like, oh, I'm like playing hard to get, or like, I don't know if I really like them like that. And it's like, it's okay not to understand your feelings. That happens to everybody. But like, you shouldn't treat other people like playthings. Like, you should try to be honest and kind. Choosing to be kind is choosing to help build a world that is kinder. Exactly. 100% it is. I like playing hard to get. I've talked to so many. There's so many times where I have like people that are like dating or like they're like, oh, I have such a hard time finding a partner. I have such a hard time finding a boyfriend. And then when they tell me what they're doing, I'm like, why are you doing that? And they're like, because it's fun. And I'm just like, well, do you want to have fun or do you want to date? Like, be real with me right now. What is it that you want? And you know, you're right. Some people don't know. You're wording this so well right now. I never knew how to say these things. It's okay. I spent years being ignored and spoken over, so I had to learn to speak really succinctly, or else people wouldn't pay attention to me. So it's a skill. You could develop this too. I had to develop mine out of necessity, because if I didn't, I would not get things that I needed to survive, like food and shelter. But it is possible, I promise. I have a bad habit of offering people advice because I want to help fix what's wrong, because I don't know what said person to suffer anymore, and I didn't realize it wasn't always appropriate until Will told me. And also, baby, I have to be honest, that's something I've always loved about you. Like, you always try to help people, and I think that that's endearing. I just know that some people don't want that. They just want to complain. And, you know, different times, different people, different responses. But for you, that's something I always thought was really charming, because you did want to help everyone. I just know that I got people that were kind of haters at me for that exact same reason, so I was trying to save you some of the pain. Never understood the whole hard to get thing. Like, what's even the point of that? You don't even get me started. I love the pencil dotted edges on this. Thank you. I do too. But sometimes they get mad. I know. I won't get mad at you. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever been mad at Forrest in our entire relationship. I think I've been, like, frustrated, but that's not the same thing. I think the only time, like, we've talked about it before. I don't think either of us have ever gotten mad at each other, because at the end of the day, both of us know each other's intentions are just to, like, we don't want to hurt the other person. We don't want the other person to be upset. So there's never, like, malintent with the action. It's just, like, why the hell are you doing this? Wait, I gotta get, like, the whisker. We've gotten confused. That's definitely the best, like, way to put it. We've gotten confused and wanted to understand, and then gotten frustrated while trying to understand, and eventually we come back to the middle and we're like, okay, I get where you're going from now. Do you have any dating tips? Become friends with everyone you think is cool. I'm not even kidding. I did not meet Forrest with the intention to date Forrest, but then after being friends with him was like, damn, if I don't date this guy, I would be stupid as a box of rocks, because he's like the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then we dated, because I asked him out. That's it. You just make friends, be nice, and eventually you will meet nice people and like-minded people with similar interests. There's no dating app will do this for you. No, like, there's no pickup artist tips. There's nothing. You just be nice to people, find people with similar interests, and eventually you will meet someone. And they were roommates. Asked him out with a gay cowboy meme of all things. I did do that. If you don't mind me asking, how did you both meet? We met online because I was posting insane TikToks from my grandmother's basement after I was homeless for a while. Well, okay, So I got kicked out of my house. My grandma invited me over to live with her because she was like, "You're not living on the street." I was like, "Thank you, grandma. Love you, grandma." And I got kicked out because I was transgender. That's important. I didn't do anything stupid. I was just trans, and my mom was mad. Um, and so while I was living there, I was making TikToks for fun because I was fucking bored out of my mind. I didn't have a job yet. I did get one. And I made a Karl Marx puppet, Megan the Stallion, Bring Me the Horizon thirst trap edit that he saw, my boyfriend that is. And he was like, to be honest, I didn't know the gay cowboy meme was you actually asking me out. I just thought it was funny. That's so funny. Well, I did clarify afterwards, like, this is a date, right? Oh, but after the Megan the Stallion one, I made a video about how I made dickerdoodles, which are just dick-shaped snickerdoodles for my coworkers. But I didn't tell anyone, and I mixed them in with mostly normal-shaped snickerdoodles. So I was like trying to like psychologically experiment on them to see if they would recognize what was happening, and no one did. And so he saw those two videos in succession and thought that was cute, and that was what worked. Yeah, the clarification is when I understood. Your lore is so vast. Well, the other thing is the artist that I used images from for the Karl Marx thirst trap edit, they now have my Karl Marx puppet. They draw like Karl Marx and Engels yaoi exclusively. It's all they draw and post online. And so I DM'd them, and like almost like 2 years after this happened, because it was like, you're the reason that I have a boyfriend and we're moving, and I honestly feel like this puppet needs to pass hands, and I can't think of anyone I want to have this more than you. And they're like, okay. They gave me their address, and we've never spoken. We never spoke before that, and we never spoke again after that. I gave them my puppet, and then we just parted ways, like ships passing in the night. Anyway, the other reason that Forrest liked me is because I was so sweeties, and apparently I have a nice voice. That's all I know. This is the funniest story I've ever heard. I also had a prophetic dream where my dead great-grandmother told me that I needed to not take a job at a grocery store that I had been accepted for, because if I did, I would, in her terms, miss everything that comes after. And it was indirectly by quitting the job at the grocery store that I was offered, and instead waiting and then later getting offered a job at Starbucks that we wound up meeting because we were both Starbucks baristas, and then we bonded over that. And if I had not had this prophetic dream from my dead great-grandmother while sleeping in the bed that she died in a basement, I would probably have not met my boyfriend. I would not be a streamer. I would not have written a webcomic because Forrest was the one that told me to write Like His Comet when I told him the idea. And I would not have a child. How to boyfriend. Combo Karl Marx thirst trap into dickerdoodles into May Borowski's neighborhood. Prophetic dream, what did I come in on? I support you. You do support me. And the fact that I'm a furry and started watching your streams because your voice sounded nice on TikTok is explaining what animal your person is. I forgot I made that video. Shout out to Great Grandma. She's the biggest Fujoshi of all history. She literally came back from the dead just to Fujo out and then left, and I've never seen her again. Salute, we love a queen. You have a child? Yes, my boyfriend's little sibling is our legal child because part of like our lore is that my boyfriend and his little sibling got like orphaned this like last year, and then we had to move states and abandon all our friends and his job and everything we built in another state to come be his little sibling's parents because something horrible happened. When I tell you, stop calling your grandma Fujoshi, no, because it's true. When I say the lore is complicated and rich, you do not even understand. Like, I start getting into it on stream and people just like jaw drop, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fujoshi out and die. What did she mean by this? She queened out. That's what she did. She was right. The lore is insane. I'm used to it at this point. It's kind of fun. I honestly hate the term Fujoshi, but Fujo out has a good ring to it. The thing is, I used to, but someone said, it was like someone said Fujo out, and I like, it was Fujo out and something else, and I'm just like, these are going to be stuck in my lexicon forever. I'm never recovering. I'm never getting better from this. This is like my first time here, and I hear info dump of all this lore. This is a great first impression. I'm so glad. I would not want anything else. Threw up the peace sign and then dipped. What is your MBTI type? I think I'm like ENFP. I was INFJ when I was younger, but now I'm an ENFP. I am sold. Salute. Been following you long enough, the lore drops don't even surprise me anymore. You were probably there as they were actively happening, if we're being frank. You're kind of Raichu coded, in my opinion. This is only incorrect because my favorite Pokemon is Eevee, and I have a shrine dedicated to it. I have a shrine dedicated to Eevee in hopes that when I die, I will be reincarnated as one in the next universe when I get, what's the word? Isekai'd into the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon universe, and if that doesn't happen, I hope that I get reincarnated into something like a sea slug. They're not joking. I do have a shrine. I am Raichu. I see. Shrine and coded can be different. This is true. Also, yes, this is the shrine. If you don't reincarnate into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I will be fighting someone. I've been following you since before Mr. Spider deletion era, so it's possible. I can see the Alolan Raichu. Aww. Wait, you see me as Alolan Raichu? Well, okay, if Forest thinks it, then I believe it. Don't say Isekai into the Galar region, that's scary. I don't want to go to Britain. You can't send me to Britain. I'll die again. Wait, Critter, you need to complete the package of how many times you've nearly died? I don't know the exact number anymore. We did just remember recently that I almost died getting hit by a car when I used to bike around my college campus. I mean, I almost hit by a semi when I was sledding as a kid. I, almost got bit by a venomous snake when I was a baby and was left to roam around in Florida by myself. I mean, like, a baby, too. I was, maybe 4? Let's see. I almost got skewered and cut in half by a giant plane of glass, Looney Tunes style. British Critter in the way the chairman intended. This is so evil. Why are you doing this to me? Heart palpitation. Right, I drank 3 cans of Monster after 12 shots of espresso of a day of working at Starbucks and passed out, fell to the floor, woke up a few minutes later with heart flutters and palpitations, was like, okay, I guess that means no more Monster for me. And then years later, literally a month ago on stream, described this experience, and everyone was like, that, you literally you could have had a heart attack. That sounds like a heart attack. And I was like, huh. Close enough. Welcome back, inventor of the saxophone. 12 espressos, good God. When you work at Starbucks, that's how it happens. Made them swear off energy drinks, and I did, because I love that guy. You could tell me to jump, and I would. To jump, bark, and jump through hoops, and I would do it. I don't care. I have no self-respect for one guy. Okay, wait, I want to do the little sparkles. What else? What else almost killed me? What the heck are these death-dodging encounters? I think I just maxed out my luck stat before respawn, and so this current run of the game, I got, max luck. But nothing else. I love your little VTuber. Is it your own design? It's my design. The character's name is Critter. They are definitely inspired by, the Pokemon style, because I love Pokemon, but Critter is very much their own thing. Light Yagami doesn't know you're trans and changed your name. This is exactly it. This is how I can beat Kira. Caffeine literally doesn't affect me, so I just drink energy drinks for the flavor. The thing is, that's what happened to me. It didn't affect me, it didn't do anything to me, so I just keep drinking them, and then eventually it did affect me. It didn't give me energy, but it did affect my heart rate. And that was the dangerous part. The only thing dead is the name. Okay, that's kind of funny. L when they transitioned and changed their name to L. Quite and Willow streaming at the same time. I wish I could clone myself. Ah, I won't be offended. I mean, Quite's a cool guy. I understand. Okay, that definitely needs to be darker, though. Why did you drink them all if they gave you no energy? Because I was hoping they would, and also because I like black espresso and Monster. I mean, frankly, I just like the taste of Monster, and I like the taste of black coffee. I will sit while we're streaming sometimes, and now I can't do this anymore. I used to sit and just drink an entire pot of coffee while I was streaming. But I've been forbidden. I'm only allowed one cup of coffee a day now by my boyfriend. Frankly, I would rather live long with him than have more coffee now, so it's for my own good, though I do miss it. They drank coffee until... Yes, I did have my mild organ. One pot is not crazy. One pot is like light work for when you're a animation major in college. I used to sit and drink like 3 to 4 pots of coffee in a night when I was in college. And that was bad. Critter after 4 shots of espresso. No, it didn't do anything to me. It didn't even give me energy. It just kept me awake. One pot isn't crazy, but it's not great. But not healthy. This is true. I cannot drink coffee without milk. No, I just drink it black. I don't like milk and coffee. I think the only kind of time I like milk and coffee is like with a Vietnamese iced coffee, because I think that Vietnamese iced coffee is almost too bitter without milk. But nothing else really. Farce, thank you for all your hard work keeping them alive. Thai iced tea and Viet iced coffee saved me. Oh, they're delicious. Although I had 3 Viet iced coffees once when we went and visited a town near us. I didn't realize how caffeinated they were. I kind of regretted my decisions after this. If it's really good coffee, I'll drink it black. But if it's even somewhat mid, I gotta put milk in it. I can respect that. Alright, there's one last thing I gotta do for the study, I think. That's not even the right color, but that's okay. I can fix it. Heidi, hey, welcome in, Nothlit. Okay, so it's here. I'm super late? Oh, don't worry. I'm just, I'm doing Pokemon art style studies tonight. We're almost done the first one. Oh, I see. So here's what we're gonna do. Actually, it may even just be easier to outline this. I might be tormenting myself trying to do all this work for nothing. Matcha? Oh, my boyfriend is like a matcha head. He's obsessed. Flabbergasted you didn't place for the trading card game contest? That's because I'm gonna do it next year. That's why I'm in my training arc. I have to work hard so that I can be someone that the Pokemon Company thinks is worthy. Because here's the thing. I'm proud of the work that I did, and I was sad that I didn't place, but it's okay. I'll just keep working until I do. If you get bummed out and you start getting down on yourself, that's the second you lose. You have to just keep your chin up and keep going. That's my secrets, my art secrets to you. The white outline is coming all together. Exactly! It's a little harsher than the one that Kanako Yo uses, but I think that it's the energy of it that really matters, because my brush is different anyway. So it wasn't ever going to look exactly the same. But I do think that there's some notes I already have, like, that I know I can do better next time. So the AI did not end up winning. I don't know if anyone saw. I'm mad the AI made it past the judges, but, like, the AI did get disqualified. If you made a trading card that placed, I would genuinely find any way to get that card, no matter what Pokemon. Thanks. That's so sweet. I really hope the Pokemon for next year's are Pokemon I like. I'll draw any Pokemon, because I do love almost all Pokemon, but I got really happy to see a whole bunch of Pokemon I liked on this year's roundup, and then I still didn't place, so I was like, okay. Still wonder how it slipped past the judges. My guess is that a lot of the judges are, like, interns, and they're just picking the art that they think looks cool. And, like, that's when people started pointing out, like, hey, it's AI. Also, because, here's the thing. AI is kind of newer, and, like, a lot... If they wasn't interns picking the art for the round... And, yeah, there's probably thousands of entries. Not everyone can notice these things immediately. That's kind of my thing. If they were interns and they had to go through all these thousands of entries, then I understand how, because after all of that time, your eyes get tired and you miss details. Secondly, not many people know what the tells of AI are, and you would hope that the people judging an art contest would know that, but also Nintendo is old. Like, they have a lot of older employees. They're like older gentlemen and ladies, and so they just may not be up to date on all the AI hubbub. Pokemon Company create Ghost Fairy Pokemon. I will never complain again. Hello, four-leaf person. Welcome in. Doing Pokemon card art studies tonight. Sad I missed the last two. I have cool ideas for Cramorant and Eevee and I still want to draw. I would love to see people make a design like Stunfisk's fun and dynamic. No, and that's why I loved all the Bidoof ones. The Bidoof entries made me really happy, honestly, because, like, Bidoof is a Pokemon that I think is already pretty cute and, like, beloved, especially by Mystery Dungeon fans. But I like it when Pokemon like that get a little extra attention. Like, I hope, like, we get a Dunsparce one. Bidoof is cute to me. I agree. Remember Jaden Animations talk about Pokemon were chosen and it's kind of funny? Well, and then how, like, there were no Mantike cards because the creative director for the game just does not, like, know about Mantike. He doesn't give a shit about it. But then they came out with this beautiful full art Mantike card this year, and I'm like, this one's for you, Mantike guy. They remembered you. I like to think of it like that anyway. I honestly don't understand how so many people can't distinguish between AI and real life art. Well, do you mean like AI photos or like AI art? Because AI photos, you're right. AI photos have like a grain to them. I'm just like, I don't know how you can't tell this is AI because it just doesn't look real. But I guess we're also the generation that kind of grew up with generative imagery. So if you didn't grow up with it, and also, again, you're older and your eyes aren't as good, you can't really tell and see that grain. Some people just can't comprehend that a computer could generate an image so realistic, but because that was basically what I went to school for, like, I can see those things, then they irk me because that for me, that would get points off. For clarity, I didn't go to school for AI, I went to school for special effects in 3D. So how convincingly real I could make something was literally like, I got scored on that. I also hated it. That's why I don't do it as my job. Alright, let's see how this looks. I think I put a little extra white outline on the outside of this chair, I'm now realizing. But I kind of don't care because it looks good, so we're going to go with it. The only other thing I see... Honestly, I think I nailed it. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, no, and I even got the paw pads. All right. I'm going to collapse this. And then I'm going to move on. And then I'm going to make notes off stream for myself because I feel like just writing notes could be kind of boring. But specifically, I'm going to say, Lemmy, if you're still here, if you would like to, I would love to hear your input too. I want to know what your process for note taking is for these. That looks really clean though. I'm really pleased with this. I think the only thing I could add maybe is like I could do like a little light pop on the cheek. I don't know how people shiny hunt in old games. Oh, I I shiny hunt in I actually specifically shiny hunt in the old games because I don't like how easy it is to find shinies in the new ones. Like I was shiny hunting Eevee in Heart Gold recently, but then I accidentally saved after getting an Eevee, so I have to do the hunt with the game corner instead. Do I like that? Hold on. I'm a full shiny hunter in the old games. No, literally me. I like it. I like the challenge. Hi, it's me. I recommend first of all placing down markers for proportions, like where parts of the canvas the Meowth starts, the house starts, etc. Then color pick all the colors and compare yours. Write down if you want too warm, too cold, too saturated. Thank you. Where can we find the artist you referenced? So the artist's name is Kanako Io, and I think I even shifted it over a little bit. Hold on. And let me write it down on this layer. Kanako Io is a Pokemon card artist for the Pokemon Company. And if you just look up Kanako Io cards, they should come up. But specifically, this is Meowth, so if you look up Kanako Io Meowth, it should come up. Kanako Io has also done some like official Pokemon like art other than the cards, but like I actually don't know if they have a profile anywhere or online though, because I know that I don't think they work with the Pokemon Company anymore. Which is honestly kind of sad. Like, they're one of my favorite artists. Every time Kanako Yo does a card in both English and Japanese, I know. They're so beautiful. Yes, thank you, Emmy. Here's all their cards. Wait, this is actually kind of huge, because I was just looking on Google Images. Oh, this is so much more helpful. Wait... I think the link broke because there's only 3. Oh, TCG Pocket, that's why. Okay, there we go. Sorry, now I'm just looking. I love Kanakuyo's art. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful and like so vibrant. It makes me happy. The Eevee card that they do is one of my favorites too. Oh, I didn't realize they did a shiny Ponyta. Very cool. Alright, sorry, I'll come back. I'm gushing for a second. I just have to look and admire every so often. And yeah, they still work for the Pokemon. They made 3 new cards for the app. Oh, thank God. Someone told me they had quit, and I was like, no! That's like the one person that I know by name and I look up to so much. The lesson here is don't believe anything that some rando online tells you. I should have just asked Lemmy. I knew you would know. They did the Tepig family card? Yes, they did. Also, is Kanako Yo a man or a woman, or do we not know? Because I keep using they, them pronouns, but I realize I genuinely do not know what gender this person is, and I don't want to misgender them. Also, I think I'm going to put, like, this in the same folder, so that when they move... hello? Okay, there we go. So when they move around together. Yeah, that looks good. So, next we have... This is not by Kanako Yo, but I think this one's a lot to do. This one seems manageable. Chimeko's so tiny. I don't really want to do the Chimeko. This one's also manageable. This one's also manageable. This one looks cool. I might do this one. Apple Torchic. Kanakuyo is a woman, at least with the Wikipedia says. Okay, so I'm right to call her she, because I was just like, I don't know. And then this is not even Pokemon card art. This is Blue Komodori's art, but that's for another night. I'm like between the Torchic, the Shroomish, and the Ampharos. I'm gonna let you guys vote. I'm gonna let you guys vote on what you want to see. Because I'm like... Torchic, Ampharos, Shroomish. Alright, I'll start. I need to find the concept artist for Sun and Moon games. I feel like the concept art for the Sun and Moon games was like crazy. Shroomish. I just see Nick shouting Shroomish. I love Torchic. Oh, welcome in. Wait, when did we get a raid? Wait, Lemon Jumps, when did you raid? I was looking away for like... No, I missed... I'm so sorry I missed your raid come in. Aw, poor Shroomish is getting its ass whooped. Sorry, I was looking away to like save, but thank you for the raid. We just finished this study, and we're just doing like all Kanako Hero cards tonight. Stop the count! Sorry, I'm just watching the poll very contentedly. Ooh. Lemmy, the artist you sent is so cool. I actually haven't seen many of these cards. I think maybe you've seen the Psyduck. Very cool. Can you put the cards back on the screen? I can totally do that. Hold on. Let me like move them around so you can see all of them. These are the options that we have. Go to my sheep. The Torchic apples. Yeah, the Torchic apples is really cute. Apple. No, I'll say, as someone who's just getting started into drawing, this is making me inspired to start learning more technical stuff. Lars say this is a phenomenal way to learn, because here's the thing. By physically making yourself look and redo something, you will start thinking like the artist that made this piece, and that will translate into your own works. So when you're like, how do I do this? You'll remember, when I was doing the study, this is what this artist did. And you can kind of pick and choose your favorite parts of everyone's process. Look at this Turk card. I will. Oh, so polite. The most polite Turtonator. Wait, now I'm glad that my mods are just sharing their favorite artists, and this is awesome. Oh, Camille, I know this artist. I know this one. I've had a few of their cards, actually. I think I even have their Eevee Snorlax one. Is that how you approach drawing most Pokemon the first time? Actually, when I draw Pokemon for the first time, I just grab the official reference art, and I just look at the reference art and try to, like, recreate the shapes. I don't redraw the pose one for one, but I look at like I always use reference when I'm drawing Pokemon for the first time, yeah. And then usually after I've drawn them once, I can draw them from memory. If that sounds crazy, like sorry, I have Pokemon flavor autism, so the poll isn't rigged. No, it's fair. We're gonna do it fair and square. Do like Amphi, my sheep Pokemon. And like I said, we'll do all of these eventually. I might do you guys like these study nights? Like, I'll do another Pokemon card art study night if people enjoy this. I mean, hell, I could do this on Friday if we have time. Because we're not doing a game this week, we're just drawing. I'm loving this study night? Oh, nice. I'm so glad everyone enjoys. Not gonna lie, this has inspired me to try doing studies of Digimon card art. Ooh. Why not make it a Fan Art Friday? Well, so if we were doing Fan Art Friday, I actually have web fishing fan art that I'm trying to finish. Learning a skill is really scary and overwhelming sometimes, so it's nice to see someone break it down into digestible pieces. I completely understand. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Always use reference for new artists. It's how you learn and don't get anything from memory. Exactly. Honestly, it's not even just new artists. At all stages of being an artist, you're going to need to use reference. And, like, there are so many times where I've been drawing something that I'm like, oh, this is so hard. I don't know how to draw this. And one of my friends will be like, get reference, forehead. And I'm like, fine. And then as soon as I do, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's literally all I needed to do. I just need to look at how to draw it. It's really cozy and fun. Thank you. All right, looks like we have an Ampro sweep. Sorry, Torchic. Sorry, Shroomish. Get out of here. All right. Let's do one of these. And do one of these. And do one of these. Oops, wrong way. Okay, there we go. There's probably like so much of an easier way to do that, but I don't care. I love Digimon so much. Vmon is my friend. I absorb Digimon information from all of my Digimon friends because I've never consumed any Digimon media ever. But I like Terriermon. The nice thing about this is that there's actually less in this card than the... because there's, like, no building in the background. So this actually might go faster. I also am more confident in my ability to draw Ampharos, admittedly. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. I've drawn it, like, so many times in my life. It's kind of crazy. Based, I have a Terriermon plush. I want a Terriermon Pokemon plush so bad. I want to choose partner Pokemon for Laika's. Oh, partner Digimon. Chimera, you can, if you were to do that and then put pictures with it, you could share it. You could share it with the chat, and then I would say how accurate I think it is based off the looks. Only if you want to, though. It's critter shaped? Oh, it really is, now that I look at it. Digimon legit feels like digital alien kaiju invasive species. I kind of love it. It's so fun. Can't fool anyone. I could feel the hair twirl. What, me? Okay, how do I think I made your... Well, actually, that is kind of how skinny its neck is. They actually kind of made Ampharos skinny in this art. I'm scared. Why are you skinny? Scary. Skinny Ampharos is a scary thought. Yes, you, nerd emoji. Original Digimon movie so good they made it twice. Make it fat? I will, actually. I mean, that makes a bad study, though, doesn't it? Actually, I don't care. I do what I want. I think Lucky would have a Digimon that helps her around shop, so I was thinking Hagurumon or Bearmon looking. Oh, that's cool! Gears. I would never skinny Ampharos. It feels wrong. It feels like when... It feels like a skinny bear. Like, it's like, that's not supposed to be like that. That's incorrect. That's a tangent line. Kind of looks like a wine bottle. It's so beautiful. You ever make a character and go, what a gender you are? Or what gender are you? No. Because if I don't know, I just don't give them one. Like, I've literally made character designs before where, like, people will gender the character, and I'm like, that's not right. And they're like, oh, what gender is the character then? I'm like, I don't really know. And they're like, so how is it wrong? And I was like, because that's not right. And then I just decided to give them no gender. It's even funnier when you do this with characters that people like want to make girly pop so bad. Like my I have like that pink bunny that was like the pink skincare bunny, and everyone kept calling the character she her, and I was like, that's not correct. And they're like, oh, so boy, and I'm like, no. And they're like non-binary, and I was like, no, just nothing. Takes your gender away. It's like, I'm putting the gender up on the shelf. Like, you don't get gender choice yet. No gender with left beef. Tokomon? I want to see. Oh, I love this fucking thing. I've seen this thing before. People kept drawing my character Luna as a girl, and I was like, they don't know their voice is deep as hell. Yeah. It's always funny when that happens. Like when people get into Chainsaw Man and they're like, Angel Devil's a boy? And it's like, yes. You're learning that men can have long hair. Baby, they have not touched grass before. Angel Devil is me for real. Angel Devil, like, defined an entire generation's worth of gender for dudes, and I think that's awesome. That guy had me drawing like Michelangelo for like a year, and then I lost that ability, but I think it's coming back with Anya from Mouthwashing, if I'm being frank. I love you so much, Emprose. You are literally my baby. My Boo Bear. This thing is my fucking angel. Digimon fun fact, by the default in the reference book and the games, most Digimon are completely genderless regardless of appearance. Thank God. Thank God for that. Hold on, I think I missed some messages. People questioning themselves after Angel Devil is kind of funny. I remember the Aki Angel era. Then you're a real one. You remember the Aki Angel era, my Hannibal era? If you remember my Hannibal era, then you're like, you know the deep lore. How the fuck do I do? Hello? Me saying the Ampharos is easy to draw and then trying to draw someone else's Ampharos like I am fucking suffering. Girl, help. Sorry, I'm breaking the no transform rule again. It's bothering me. First time I saw any art of Angel or Aki, it was your art. Thank God for that. I think it's funny I got like the title as like the Aki Angel guy, and like I have to say, like they did make me deranged, but I was probably more insane about like the Mob Psycho old men. And not even old men, they're literally my fucking age. God, scary. Get scared. But I was more insane about Reagan and Serizawa from Mob Psycho than I was Aki and Angel. And I like Aki and Angel, that's not even saying anything. Surirai is just like, it's such good food. You eat for days. I love how people make those guys gay. It's I like the thing is the way that people make them gay is like it comes in so many different fonts, and I like pretty much all of it. The only one I don't like is where they like meow meowify Serizawa and they like make him helpless because I feel like they just kind of ignore all of his character development, and that annoys me because I like Serizawa quite a lot. Can still hear you with the ads playing? Wait, that's kind of dope. My power. But yeah, no, I love those two. I need to do my... Stop trying to get my burger, you beast! You freak! Get away from my burger and fries! Harbor is a monster. Did I just not make its neck... I don't think I made its neck long enough. Hold on. I was like, what is giving me all this trouble? Sacrifices were made. Did you send him my way? The beast was fed. Oh, I see. Thinking about starting Soul Silver, but also need to play Black too. I would honestly... I'm biased. I say Soul Silver. Soul Silver... sweep all the way. Like, Black 2's a phenomenal game, don't get me wrong, but Soul Silver is like the Pokemon game to me. Harbor's looking at you with wet, soggy fur. You just declined your child. He's literally looking at me like a starving orphan. And it's like, you cannot have this. It's not good for you. Is it bad? Wait, what bad? The burger? Or fries? Like, is it bad to give cats fries? It's not good for them to have fries because they can't handle a lot of salt or fat. I have a modded DS. Self-push tokens to shove 1 billion rare candies. Now he's after mine. I shoot him away, and he's like, "All right, you're not easy. I'm going to go bother the one that's easier to manipulate." He decided that you were weak-willed. Cats love salt so much, and they can't have it. Really though, child after my heart. Well, I can have salt. That's the difference. Oh my god, he's like ripping up his scratch pad. He's so mad. He's so mad. You are the opposite. You love salt. I was gonna say, I love salt and I can eat it. Cats love salt and they can't have it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I know I already fucked this up in a few different places, but we're just rolling with it. It's okay. It's about vibes. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour. Ooh. Aren't they allergic to it? I don't know if they're allergic. I just think they can't have a lot. Because, like, they get dehydrated really easy, and then they need to get their wiener cut off. That's, like, a whole thing. They need to get bottom surgery. Like, if cats can't pee, they get, like, blockages, and then they have to cut their... They have to do bottom surgery on them. I need to have dinner. I will be back. See you, Coda. Yeah, that's like a whole thing. That's, guys, please feed your cat sweat food and make sure they're drinking water. Because if you don't get them hydrated and they get too dehydrated, they'll have, like, urinary tract blockages, and then they have to get surgery so they no longer have a wiener. If you and Farstus Solak, what game would you play? Code and I are going to do one of Black White 2. I'll be honest, we would probably do Heart Gold Soul Silver because we know that game so well. But if we didn't do that, then we might both play Platinum because Platinum's a good game. I'm a Gen 4 head forever and ever. They'll never change. Cat water fountains help a lot. Yep, and also put water in their wet food. You can even put water in their dry food, though they get mad at that. I've seen some people do that and their cats get pissed off. Yeah, nailed it. Actually, I should probably just do a straight line tool, shouldn't I? Make my life a little easier. This card makes me want to watch Ponyo. I love Ponyo. Oh. There we go. Now it's on a tangent. Do any of your cats have favorite food? Yes, our cats really like, I think it's shrimp. Actually, Faris will know more because I always think I know their favorite foods, and then he's like, no, they don't like that. Head empty, only on your marked Studio Ghibli. If you're not going to give your cat any fries or burger, if you have catnip, at least give some catnip. Oh, we have catnip. We can give him catnip. If he's nice, maybe we'll give him catnip. Maybe he'll earn it. If he stops being like a little menace. Okay. This might be another instance where it's just easier to straight line tool it. Ah! Harbor eats anything Pluto likes beef. Have you tried giving your cat olives? Aren't olives bad for them? Because pickles are bad for them. And those free dry chicken liver things, yes, they love those. They're both crazy for them. Sorry, buddy, you can't have any fries. Want some weed? Also, catnip is essentially like a drug for cats. Like, I don't know how else to describe. It is just basically like weed for cats. I love that they just drew this little boat. Like, it's just a shape. It's like, it's clearly meant to be a boat. Like, I could tell what it is. But it's so simple. Like, showing that you don't need a whole lot to communicate what something is. Oh, I guess there are clouds up there, huh? I didn't even notice that when I started drawing this. Olives are fine for cats unless you're drowning them in olives. Olives are bad for kids. I'm gonna err on the side of caution because I've only ever heard that they're bad for cats. Alright, so for starters, we're gonna do... This is a weird color to eyeball. And it looks like there's like almost a little purple that's coming up in the background. But it's like a very gray purple. And then there's like some... Almost looks like a little outline. Sometimes I forget Twitch isn't a small streaming service, because what do you mean Kai Kennett has 175,000 viewers? Holy shit. That's so many people. Let's see. So then this part is gonna have to be like this dark blue. 5,000 people? No, 175,000. So 175,000. That's like an insane amount of people to have in the stream. I can't even imagine. Again, not like insane bad, just like it's a lot of pressure. Okay, then here I'm assuming it comes up to like oh, that's way too saturated. How do you read chat at that point? Most people who get to that point don't read chat. They just kind of like sit and chat like talks to each other, I guess. Have you ever thought about critter mitosis and one half your critter was brown, one green half, and the other was blonde, the other blue half? Yes. I have thought of that before. Also, thank you for the safe break. I went to his stream once and saw some Spider-Man dude just saying random nonsense. At that point, I knew I was old. I just wouldn't enjoy that kind of stream, I feel like. It just feels... Like, at that point, it feels like it would be difficult to enjoy being there. It just feels like overstimulation. But different things for different people, you know? Okay, so what I'm seeing is this is actually much more... It's not very yellow, it's more white. Trying to grow a critter right now? Oh my gosh, thank you. It's how most big streamers work. Yeah, and I know that's how that's how it's done. I don't want to say I don't want to grow as a streamer, because that's not true. I actually really am happy that my community has been growing and everyone's been so supportive. But I think if I got to that point, it would be sad because I think some of what I enjoy would be lost. But I also would probably just find ways to adjust, I guess. He sets off fireworks stacked to his roof? Hello? And there's like a purple outline on the outside of Ampharos here. That I'm gonna grab. And actually I'm gonna put it here so it goes over top. You know, I know I said I messed some of this up, and I think proportionally speaking I did, but I do think that I like got the visual look of this quite well. The mood in here seems very conductive to getting hobbies uni work done. Oh, absolutely. I have people tell me all the time in here that they're getting essays done, and it's so nice to hear, because I remember how hard it was for me to work without co-working with someone. I think with bigger streamers, part of being a community like that is part of the showmanship of it all. Big content draws big crowds and whatnot. This is true. This is true. Less like cozy, like co-working, and more like it's like almost like watching a live TV show or like a live game show. It seems like a lot too. I just think that would be... I don't want to sound lazy, but that sounds like a lot of work. I don't know if I'd enjoy something like that. I'm drawing along. It just kind of helps to work alongside. Yeah, that makes me happy to hear. That's why I like to stream personally. All right, so this is the color that's kind of hard for me. I think it's even more gray than that. That looks about right. It could even go darker. It may even be darker, but we're going to see. Because then if you take up... Ooh, okay. No, I think I nailed it. I actually think I got the color like the first try. Nice. So do you ever block out your thumbnails in solid color or value? No, but I probably should. I just kind of thumbnail sketch stuff out. Like, okay, so for example, this is a thumbnail for me. Like, ignoring the line art because that's what I just did, but that's a thumbnail. And then I just kind of like line over it. Um, Not a fan of color picking, or do you just want to practice eyeing the colors? I'm practicing eyeing the colors. So part of doing the study is like I'm trying to see how close I can recreate the piece by just looking at it, because I want to try and force myself to like think about the process of what led to the art piece being created. And there's nothing wrong with color picking, but for me, I like to train my eye to be able to pick up colors. I think color picking is a really good way when you're starting out making color palettes because it can show you what colors work well together. But I think I'm at the stage where like I understand why what colors work well together. Now I'm trying to see can I look at something and can I get like pretty close to the color that they picked. It's a tricky balance between nice lines and nice value blocks. I don't know which I value more. When it comes to doing thumbnails, I don't know. Like I said, honestly, when I do thumbnails, I just basically draw like a tiny version of what I want to do, and I'll do like a few of them so that I can like pick which one's my favorite. Maybe that's bad. I don't know. Okay. One thing I'm seeing here that needs to be darker. And then this goes above the neck. Okay. And then this kind of like tapers in. And then I'm going to use that as the reflective color that like lights the back and stuff. Because I think the head's also glowing. So like... This is meant to come down lower. Now that I'm looking at it, even with streamers I like, once they start getting regularly thousands of people per stream, I go back and just watch the VODs later. I mean, yeah, that works. I like, it really depends. I like watching some people live, even if they have... I'm gonna head out. Sickness is claiming me. Oh no. I'm sorry, Lunar. Because if it goes down lower... It's more meant to look like this. Okay. Okay, good news. Non-18 plus web phishing lobbies actually have a chat filter now. Okay, that's good. So people can't just come in and say whatever. I actually appreciate that. So then the other thing is, it looks like this here. And I am still going to use that for the bounce color, like I said I was going to. And the rim lighting. Hold on. So they forgot to apply that filter to lobby names. Yeah, I have seen some questionably named web phishing lobbies. Web phishing is a game. It's like a social game where you do basically the phishing minigame from Animal Crossing, but that's pretty much the entire game. And then there's a bunch of like little mini quest kind of things you can do. It's awesome. I love it, and it's literally only $5. It's super duper worth the price. I'll just say it's best to play with friends because if you go into random lobbies, you definitely get some characters. Is what I'll say. Critter, if you want to check Paw Point or Paw Print Point, I found a wild one earlier. I will. I just don't check Discord while I'm on stream. I'm so sorry. I can check it afterwards. I like to lock in. Crossing my fingers for bugs. I would love if they did bugs at one point. I mean, I know it's called web fishing, but I would like bug hunting. The anonymity of it reminds me of older video game lobbies. It does, and I think that actually like has a pretty like it's cool. Like I like to see it, and I like the community around it. I think it leads to people getting a little wild in some of the web fishing lobbies, but on the other hand, I think it's a nice way to meet friends, which is cool. All right. Looks like the top of Amphrose's like little ears are... Yeah, okay, so those are the darker color at the top. And it looks like they used almost like a greenish color for the dark rings, which does make sense because in this atmosphere it helps it stand out. Do you know what the original card art is from? So the card artist is Kanako Io, and it's Ampharos is the Pokemon. Here, let me even write it next to it so that I don't not give credit. Thanks again for the animation tutorials you streamed last week. I made a 4-frame animation of a worried worm following your guide, and I was impressed by how accessible it was. Oh, Tamago, that makes me so happy. I'm always so scared that my tutorials are going to be confusing. That one's actually getting turned into like an edited YouTube video soon. So I'm very excited for it. But thank you for coming to the stream. I'm like so excited to have it like be edited. I'm about to head out. I'm sleepy, but before I go, I wanted to ask if you could put the stream about your Pokemon game design on YouTube. Pokemon game design on YouTube. Oh, Vulpix, I'm so sorry. I think that VOD's gone, but at some point I will try to do another stream about Pokemon City. Honestly, one day I would love to make like a story Bible, where I talk about all of the things that I'd want to have in the game and like my thought process for the design of the game. So maybe when I have that, I'll do a stream where I just go through like the Pokemon City story Bible, if people would be interested in that. This needs to be darker. Yeah, it just needed to be darker. I would love a stream like that. Awesome. I've never heard of Pokemon City. So Pokemon City is my Pokemon fan game idea. And basically what it is you play as a kid named Sprout who moves to Zephyr City, which is like the place where the main story takes place. And the Pokemon professor there, Professor Clover, gives you a partner Pokemon, which is one of 6 starter Pokemon, which are Phanpy, Teddiursa, Pachirisu, Aipom, oh crap, I'm forgetting the rest of my starters. I'm a fake game dev. Munchlax, and there's a 6. There's a 6th one. They're all Pokemon with the ability Pickup. That's the ads are listening. They don't want us to hear. Oh, okay, I can repeat too. Don't worry, I can repeat after. Alright, so it's gonna be a little greener. It wasn't Zigzagoon, it was something else. I have all of them drawn out, too. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. We work with it. What game engine is your fan game on? It's on nothing, because it's not real. Because I can't program. Genuinely, like, it is just... When I say a fan game idea, I mean it is an idea I've had for a game that I don't know how to make, and I don't have any ability to, like, even... Like, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, and I don't have the smarts to do it. So it will remain forever a cool idea that will never be. I think I already said Apom. Apom, Teddiursa, Fampi, Pachirisu, Munchlax, and then something else. Meowth. Oh, Meowth is the last one. I'm so glad I remembered that one. Meowth was like my favorite kid too. So what the whole point of the game is Professor Clover wants you to help them clean up the town and help convince the mayor that the town is in like need of like some nature protection ordinances. And I say town, but it's actually a city. Because the city is a beach city and it's also a tourist attraction. So there's a lot of like Pokemon nature sanctuaries that are at risk with the increasing population of the town. And I won't go like super into it because there is quite a lot that I talked about on that one stream. But the TLDR of the game is like it is a game about nature preservation and community and like making friends. That's pretty much all I can say. I'm absolutely here for making up games in the mind. Oh yeah, I've done that for years. It's like a pastime of mine at this point. I love it. Also, I really feel like I'm cooking with this Ampharos. I think I'm actually getting the colors pretty good. Sounds like such a cool idea. Thank you. The other bit of the game is like it plays sort of like a Pokemon Ranger game where you get tasks from the citizens of Zephyr City. But instead of like using a stylus to capture Pokemon, you do have to have like pretty typical Pokemon battles along with other like area puzzles and stuff. And it's all about helping people and Pokemon learn to live better together in harmony. There's also Brila and Flash. Yes, Brila and Flash is a horror game idea I have that I can't make because I can't program. Smiles. I want it to be real so bad. They need to put you in charge of writing. I would love to make a Pokemon game. You have no idea. I got ideas. Oh, Stoic Beastie, thank you for the resub. Brila and Flash mentioned fading back into darkness. I mean, I did draw them. I am thinking about those guys forever and always. Do not doubt that for a moment. Alright, so there is like a little bit of a darker red up at the top here. Actually, like way more. Hear me out. The Detective Pikachu games are nice. Are a nice look at the world of Pokemon not focusing on battles. Oh yeah, totally. I would never disagree with that. I love the Pokemon spin-off games. I genuinely wish there were more Pokemon spin-off games because I like learning about the world of Pokemon where it's not battle-centric. Thank you for the save break. Okay, so this is less saturated, actually. It's also pinker. It's pinker and it's less saturated than I was even making it. I want Pokemon Cafe, but you actually handle a cafe. I was going to say Pokemon Cafe is a concept. I wish it was more. Like, as a mobile game, it's like, whatever, it's fine. But I genuinely want it to be like a cafe simulator. I also want to play as a person with Pokemon helpers. I think it's cute. Cafe is like a puzzle game, right? It's basically like a little mix and match puzzle game, but I would much prefer it was like an actual like cooking game. I want it to be like an actual cooking game with like story. But I'm insane. I'm not the target demographic. And I'm okay with that. My favorite Pokemon spin-off games were like the Ranger games and like Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, so I'm not popular. The art is cute though? Oh yeah, the art's beautiful. I think my favorite part of the Pokemon anime is the parts where they're just hanging out. I know! That's the best parts to me. Alright, hold on, that's actually lower. I want a new Pokemon pinball. Actually, that's Lemmy. I was going to say I think I have an unpopular favorite spin-off game when I say my favorite spin-off games are the Ranger games. I don't think I've ever met another Pokemon pinball fan other than you, and I respect you for that. You stand brave and unflinching in the face of a fandom that's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's a Pokemon pinball game. My favorite spin-off is Pokemon Pinball. It's so fucking good. I believe you. Okay, Pokemon Pinball looks so cute. What I'll say is I've never played it, but the graphics look really good. The graphics look really cute. I've seen a lot of pixel art from it, and I think it looks adorable. I want to keep drawing, but, like, my body is not liking it. My hand kind of hurts. But I want to finish this. I want to be brave. Okay, so it goes above the ring. It's time for a chat break, maybe? I mean, I could take a moment to stretch. I'm just scared even if I take a break, I'll still be sore. Succumb to EP. My boyfriend is probably, like, falling asleep in the other room. It's 10:30. It's his bedtime. If I don't come to bed before this, he's usually asleep when I'm done stream. Maybe what I'll do is I'll, like... I could stop here on this one and then continue it another night. Because I think this looks pretty good. Do you want to be able to draw tomorrow? This is very true. I do want to be able to draw tomorrow because I want to work on more Lycus pages. So I think that this is where I'll stop tonight. And honestly, like, I didn't expect to be able to do this as well as I did. Because this one, the Ampharos one was the one I was actually kind of nervous for. Like, I thought this one was pretty hard. So to have gotten this far and, like, done as well as I did with it, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm gonna just do, like, the little cloud here. Seriously, though, I was not expecting this to turn out as well as it did. And, actually, you know what they do? This is an airbrush. There we go. And then it's like 1, 2... Very cute. Anyway, your version looks really nice. Card redraws sounds fun. They're great. I was going to say, I got the idea from seeing Lemmy do style studies, and this has been teaching me so much. So, like, honestly, I would recommend everyone give these a shot on your own time. That said, I think we're going to switch over to just chatting for now. Since we're all done drawing for the night. My hand. Good lord. I think that was good, though. I don't want to push it and hurt my hands so that I can't draw for the rest of the week. There's my case. It's yapping time. It is chatting time. Well, I was going to say, I'm looking at who else is streaming. Although, I'm going to be honest, I'm, like, kind of tired. I don't know if I want to raid, because I feel bad, like, raiding and running. I don't want to be rude, but, like, I'm EP. I want to go to bed. I want to sleep. The only person streaming that I know is Iron Mouse, and she does not know me. She does not know my ass, but Iron Mouse is nice. She's playing Lethal Company right now. Curry is almost done too. Oh, then I picked a perfect time to stop. It is EB time. But yeah, I think we're gonna just go to bed. Nah, risk it. Raiding and running is always okay. Is there cool to see your drawing process? Thank you. Wait, maybe another time. I'm too shy. I'm shy. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be doing commissions and hopefully finishing the Ampharos study. And then on Wednesday we're going to be doing the art lock again. I've been training Pokemon for the art lock off screen. And so I think I'll be ready to fight Chuck when we get back. But I'm a little nervous, so I can't lie. Anyway, thank you for stopping in, and I'm switching over to ending now. I will see you tomorrow. And night.